Hey, we are live and in full effect. Y'all don't talk about me. And I put any out of control, but it's them type of days. It was hot outside. Yo. Yeah, so what's going on with you, Pseudo Killer official?
Yeah. What's going on? I had to shut down most of the days on my computer for the studio or something like that. But I should be good to go. Am I clear?
You sound all right. Yeah, just speak direct. You moving around, but you're good. We can get some more people up here in a second. I'm Mildred in the background having a time. But let me go ahead and put that link in the chat. We got a couple things we want to talk about. We want to talk about apes and monkeys, chimpanzees, alpha male. What else we want to talk about? Is college a scam? Is college a scam?
Oh my goodness. So wild.
What else we talking about? What else was? Huh? This is the Pseudo Killer variety show. Let go. What you said, Sosa?
Yeah, I think they're talking about the concept though. It's not necessarily called a scam. And because I fall like in the middle of that conversation. Like I think it could be done better. Put it that way. The college process could be done better. You know what I'm saying?
How would you make it?
What you say?
How would you make it better?
Maybe allowing more for specification. You know what I'm saying? Especially and like this, and with free education. You know what I'm saying? Like that would eliminate the college being a scam. It was free to everybody. But in terms of like so many people when they go into college, they go in very young. And like we gotta address the fact that a lot of times the degrees that they're going for, people come out and don't even pursue the interests that they even got a degree in. Like that's a issue with college. You know what I mean? So I think that needs to be taken into account. So
I agree. I was thinking about that. Like the reason why it can be problematic is because Westerners love brand name things. We like the shiniest and the best, even when it comes to education. So people
Facts.
people will forego the full ride to the less expensive school. Now I want to go to that school and incur the debt. It's like a
Yeah.
psychological attachment we have to the better, more expensive thing. So like you said it, but if it was free, if most college was free, we would eliminate that, and we just be going in there to get the education and being productive members of society. But welcome to capitalism. Can I say? I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a business, right? So they are trying to sell. But Miss Tiffany, your point is fat. You too, Sosa. Um, my biggest problem is like the lack of knowledge, like also the lack of financial literacy with certain young people. I think is different among socioeconomic groups, and I think that's the bigger thing. Like colleges weren't meant for the poor people, the poor class or whatnot. So um, these are things that's been had for some centuries since before America started. I would say in that sense when it comes to education, though. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I would
I ain't
like to
really
see.
got. I was just
So
gonna
I
say I
would,
ain't really got no charts, no grams, nothing. This is just like an impromptu type, just chilling in the kitchen in the living room type conversation. If anybody want to join, hit that link button. I'm gonna keep putting in the chat, and yeah, don't be scared. Go ahead, so I'm sorry.
no, so I would like to see more maybe apprenticeship type
Trade.
skill set where you can actually go into that, and then from the apprenticeship, then you can prefer for further schooling through whatever company that you're going through. Like my aunt became a nurse first. She became a nurse, and then through that, then the hospital paid for her to become a doctor.
Right.
She realized what she wanted to do, what her interest was, and then she went to college to become a wound specialist because she got an idea. Okay, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see more of that in the
Well,
process.
I think me and Miss Tiffany said that earlier. She first said like she thinks there'll be a change, and from what I know in my family, same thing with my sister. She just got her a bachelor's degree a week ago, but she's been having positions within one of the biggest hospitals in Boston that most like that's supposed to be a degreed position, but she did, was there for 20 years and started as a receptionist and worked her way up. And like we're saying that it some parts will probably change, right? That it will probably become more of an employment to education type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like that. Like a person can see where they are, how far they want to go, and if they're a good fit. Because you can have all the education in the world and might not be a good fit for that particular company or hospital, whatever, right? Um, but my sister was an excellent fit. Not only did she build a great, people that she was over, but also people that were above her. Like you got the vice president giving her his full recommendation on a position that only degreed people get, and I mean with the masters. So yeah, with the $20,000 increase. That part. So I'm just saying, like, I look at it that it's gonna, go more in that direction probably, or at least it should. And I think, at that point, a little more, a little better. But yeah, I probably jumped out the window, or at least the car, and rolled a little bit. My pushback was, don't say it's a scam, because I think it was his college a scam. But no, because you're gonna need, especially in our community, those higher degreed individuals for certain professions. You're gonna have to have that. Okay, so that's where I was at with it.
What say you, Ron? And I didn't mean to put that link in the chat that quick. I'm
You
autopilot.
Yeah, sorry.
good.
Yeah,
Y'all hit that link. Let's get it
yeah.
popping. Like and share the show. Fetty
First of all,
ran.
how's
Fetty, you
everybody doing?
ran. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ronald.
I was just asking everybody how they were doing. So, first of all, And
Awesome.
Everything good. Everything good.
sounds like you got some good topics lined up for this evening. So
You
uh,
know.
controversial. But I agree with that. What everybody says so far about going to college. I frankly don't think that it's for everybody. I particularly agree with Sosa though on trade schools. I
Hmm.
think that I think that and I saw this when I was in Europe for a while that they would they would actually I think it was around like the eighth or ninth grade. They would kind of track people into two different groups, where a group would go to trade school, another group would go to the university. And it was based off of some aptitude tests or some type of what do you call these tests? Those type of tests that test what you would potentially be good at or something. What do you call those tests?
What y'all talking about?
Meyer Briggs.
Aptitude,
Meyer
Aptitude.
Briggs. Meyer Briggs.
aptitude.
Yeah,
Aptitude.
I think I think it's called Meyer Briggs test. It was Meyer Briggs test.
Okay, that would be IQ or aptitude test, though, wouldn't it?
I thought
No.
Meyer Briggs was more about. I mean, they would you would take this series of
Skills.
tests,
Oh, you mean like those skills tests to see what
skills
you're good at?
tests, yeah, skills tests,
Okay, got it. Sorry.
and they would track you into one area or the other, and then if you were going to go to trade schools, they would almost automatically pair you up with some companies that you start working for
Okay.
a few hours a week and this type of stuff. And then obviously when you graduated, you would go there under some apprenticeship program and be in any industry basically, and then others would go
That's
to
dope.
university.
Right.
I
Yeah,
thought that
that's
was pretty good. And even if you went to work in the industry, like was said earlier, you could still ultimately go back to college and get a degree or something if that was something that ultimately you found out that you really wanted to become a quote unquote expert in that subject or in that field. They would send you back to school. And the United States, I think we don't really do that. We kind of say college is for everybody, and it's kind of like you said, it forces people to take on an extreme amount of debt, and because they think this is the American
the
success,
American way. Yeah.
right? American way, right? So
Mm.
hopefully it
Yeah.
changes.
I think it is. I mean, because by no means are we not advocating people to get educated. I don't know. People will
No,
flip
no,
this
no.
into. I'm just saying that as time change, things like education will evolve to fit the time that we're in. For instance, a lot of young people, like my nieces and nephews, who were 15 and 16, they're talking about doing stuff on being gamers and YouTubers.
Yeah, yeah, I hear a lot of that
So they
too.
have a
My
different
bad.
outlook
Hmm.
about what they want to do to make money for their lives.
Yeah,
So you gotta evolve with the time. So I could see like traditional education not going away at all, because there's going to be some fields where it's going to have to be just that. But I also
yeah,
could see those same facilities that are offering those traditional means of being educated, they may incorporate more of these other things that we're talking about, which you can already see happening with Ivy League universities offering full-fledged certification program.
yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Uh oh. Hey, Ladosha.
So
What's
Yes.
happening?
yes. Hey, Ladosha.
Hey, hey, hey,
Yeah.
Got
hey.
a topic that got the sister on the panel.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk education, I just had to come through.
Go ahead. You got the floor right now, sis. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Psychologist and all that other. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Oh,
I
you weren't
think.
done, Miss Tiffany. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say is that I don't know who made the comment about a little bit leaning towards like vocation.
Yeah.
And I know that working in cosmetology, I cannot tell you how that particular area of work needs to be broadened to meet the demands of what customers are looking for that really only education can solve. I have been traveling from, across the globe, pushing for more education in barbering and cosmetology. And finally, Africa had no problem. They were all hands on deck and they're ready to take it to the university level. America is a little bit slow, going back to her point about designer education, so people kind of see, those Ivy Leagues and those PWIs and even some, certain
Designer education.
HBCUs. Yeah, they consider
Mm-hmm.
that, like the creme de la creme. But you
Mm-hmm.
have a discipline like cosmetology and barbering that has a lot of room for growth and improvement. And I think that that's the type of discipline that African Americans can really bring some of their the education that they have, and and the sciences and mathematics. We need so much information to broaden the scope of barbering and cosmetology. So we've introduced a bill here in Ohio to incorporate Afro hair science into barbering and cosmetology, and we were getting a lot of pushback, but we've met with both Republicans and Democrats, the Speaker of the House. So it's definitely going to be one of those bipartisan, bills, non-bipartisan bills where it doesn't matter. And so we're doing our part, but I think this conversation that you guys are having, it just needs to be had on all the other platforms as well, because like you said, some people are graduating with degrees and they can't even get a job, and with the discipline, they already have their degree in, and that's really sad. And
Right.
so cosmetology and barbering is one of those disciplines where to me the sky is the limit. And I think if you were to put that type of a discipline in a university, I personally and professionally believe that cosmetology and barbering can do to the universities what hip hop did to music. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I
That
know
part.
that's right. Not to
That
mention,
part.
the chemistry aspect when you get into, well, there's a chemistry aspect when you get into the products.
Right.
Um, I actually attended cosmetology school as a vocation when I was in the 12th grade, and I was happy that they offered that. I still went ahead and got a college degree, but that was invaluable. And you can, and vocations are just a bomb. But yeah, so there's chemistry as well, and then
Right.
equipment.
Right. Oh my gosh. I mean, you should see. I mean, I have a
Engineering.
degree too, but
Uh-huh.
you should see what they are doing over in like Korea. They have taken their cosmetology programs and barbering programs to the next level where they are actually designing equipment. They are splitting molecules. I mean, they're doing what George Washington Carver. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Wow.
we're still mixing shea butter out the bowl. I'm like, Negroes,
Right,
we
and
need to.
putting avocado in our hair.
Yeah, we
Avocado,
still going.
mayonnaise, eggs,
Yeah, I'm
bananas.
like, come
I ain't got
on.
time for all that. You gonna
Oh
have
my
roaches everywhere.
gosh. Yeah, it's so much when you see what they are doing in other parts of the world and film. What's that? When you're in the morgue, morticians, and I mean, they're doing all kinds of stuff with this discipline. In America, we're still just, it's a side hustle. And so I'm just doing my part. Like, no, this industry is far beyond a side hustle. So I just
Right.
want to come in and add my 2 cents. And Juju, I'm like your number one fan. I love this platform. It inspires me. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm able to do what I've been able to do. Is just watching how you guys have really been like pillars, in the community for people like me who otherwise wouldn't have no source of inspiration. So you guys keep up the good work. And
Thank
I'm one of
you.
y'all's, students and followers or partners or whatever you could say.
All that.
What are the pseudo killers doing for the community? Go over and look at Ladosha and Fatu over in the Gambia, Cheryl in San Diego, and
Yes.
you guys are making an impact. I promise you, you are.
Well,
Thank
I don't
you,
I don't know how
sis.
long you're gonna be here, and we want to get to some other people, but I've been wanting to ask you, and I've said it in the chat. So I don't know if you've seen it. If we could do a few shows about about hair, about the science of hair and cosmetology. If you'd be open to that, we would love to
Oh,
to
sure, sure. I'll be in the chat till y'all hop off. So I'm gonna hop
Okay.
off, but I'll be in the chat. Thank you so much for allowing me to add my 2 cents to the platform. And please, y'all keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ladosha.
Mhm.
All right,
My favorite
peace,
person
Mom.
in Cleveland, along with Kevin Chill. That's Kevin Chill's best friend. But yeah, she's got a lot going on, Tiffany. Actually, she would be a great to bring her and Cheryl to here.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because of the work they're doing, trying to reshape what cosmetology looks like and different things like that. So
Yes.
go ahead, Miss Tiffany. You
No,
got it.
go
You
ahead,
got
Fetty.
it.
Who was next? Who got
Oh, I like it when you drive. I'll be just sitting back, smiling
Yo,
in the
yo,
camera.
what's going on with
Crazy.
y'all? What's the word?
This is Fetty. You
Yo,
next,
yo,
Fetty?
Juju, man, you looking for trouble, man. Look, you
Go
called
ahead.
me out. Look, what's up? We here. What y'all? We talking about college right now, and if it's
Yeah, we on
if
this
it's scam.
subject. This is what did I call it? The variety show. So we're
Okay,
just
okay.
going over all the subjects we talked about earlier, college, the
Yeah.
alpha male, whether it's in humans or just in monkeys, and what that everything in between that, and what else did we say we was gonna talk about?
Oh, y'all
Maybe
going in.
that's
Okay.
all right now. But yeah, we was talking about the school thing. Remember when we had the conversation earlier?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm kind of in the middle as well when it comes to college, because like I can only give my experience and like the type of demographic or just scene I was around due to me being a college athlete. Even like in high school, I saw a lot of, I guess, privilege. And even though I wanted to study and maximize my potential, I noticed that sports, politics, and education can be a bad mix sometimes, because I even knew a lot of brothers who was purposely even skipping class, not getting good grades, but due to a brother having talent and due to that having a certain demand, that can give you certain, I guess, shortcuts than a person who's an actual student, if that makes sense. So I was able to see that perspective firsthand. And like one thing that I had a problem with is that when I was in college as a freshman, talking to my academic advisor, things of that nature, it was a group of us on the football team, and it seemed as if we were trying to find the easiest pathway to get a degree versus actually knowing our skills, knowing what things, like for example, just looking at the market of jobs. Like I think it's important in high school for African Americans to see the market, what jobs are in demand, which ones aren't. Just being educated on that, even like you say, economics and things of that nature. So I just see a lot of when it comes to the college, system, is like you have to be informed before you go there, and while you're there, you can't be bullshitting around. Like the partying aspect, especially if you went to HBCU, a lot of people, just go there to turn up, and they just go in there. They're attending college because their family is forcing them to go, if that makes sense. So, yeah,
Hmm.
it's a lot of things I see that, especially the younger generation, is getting worse and worse. So, I think that just being informed in regards to what majors you should go into and the demand even in STEM for African Americans, because I noticed also how certain majors may scare certain black people away. I don't know the cause why. I'm not trying to break that down, but
Right.
That's
for a
another
lot of
show.
people,
We're gonna definitely
That
tap.
is another show. I got
for a
a
lot of
couple
people I
answers
knew,
for that, but
yeah, for a lot of people I knew, again, was just choosing the least path of resistance instead of actually really challenging
facts.
themselves. Because as a course, something is supposed to be a little difficult. You know what I mean? So even
Yeah,
though you
yeah,
may
yeah.
not be as good as math as you think, that doesn't mean
Hmm.
that you may, if you got a passion in physics, engineering, or whatever, don't be scared because of the word. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of things to break down with the college thing. And I think somebody broke it down earlier about how, if you go into all this debt and ultimately you choose a job that you could have ventured into without even going to college altogether, that is very problematic. And I notice a lot of people go through that dilemma as well. So
But the thing to that, and then we'll get to Kyle and Tiffany just really quickly. The landscape of employment is changing, and I'm gonna continue to say this disclaimer throughout. We are advocating for education, but there's
Facts.
different ways to be educated, right? But we're definitely
Agreed.
still advocating for STEM and for our community to seek the highest levels of education achievement. Let me just say that. but there are things out. You can just Google it. Companies are, back in the day, you kind of just had to have a degree. Otherwise, you couldn't advance in your job. Y'all don't know if y'all people remember that. Well, the person who had a degree was able to advance more so than people who didn't have it, even if they worked in the job for 20 years.
And that's not true anymore.
That's not true anymore. So now it's kind of like it's shifting a little bit. So I think that things are going to change with the times, but that doesn't mean that people should be or will be less educated. It's just that education it's gonna have take different forms.
Yeah.
Tiffany, you want to go, or Kyle?
It's going to
Uh,
evolve.
okay, yeah, I want to go real quick. So I know that you guys are on the topic of education. So I'm kind of moving around a little bit right now because I'm at work, but I'm gonna make it real quick. So as somebody who have a background in education myself, well, I went to college. I had went to school. First, I was going to school for accounting because I was good in math. Then I decided not to go for that. I developed an interest for sociology. At first, I wasn't into sociology, but I understood after just taking the course the importance of it. So I'm a big advocate of education. I'm a big advocate of education all around, period, in general. Because life itself is a form of education. You know what I'm saying? So whether you decide to like go to school and get a degree or certificate. You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, you're gonna be educated throughout life. So I say why not just take that advantage? Why not just take that opportunity to do so? Now it depends on what you go to school for. Is it worth the degree? Because I've known people that went to school and they got their degrees and they come to find out they can't even get a job with the degrees they have, or if they do get a job in their field, they don't, it don't pay enough, and they or also they could feel like they wasted their time getting the degree because they find out they don't have interest. You know what I'm saying? They want to go back to school for something else. So you just kind of prepare yourself mentally and know, like the young man said, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, and what I'm saying, you have to, scout around for a little bit, go to different colleges, what I'm saying, like, take a tour around different colleges and see what college fits you, or what I'm saying, just take a tour around, different technical schools or whatever it is. But I just feel like people will have to really know what their passion is, and they have to really focus on what that passion is for. So otherwise, it might be a setback and it's going to feel like it's a waste of time. But again, I'm a big advocate of education.
You don't regret staying in for accounting?
I'm sorry.
You don't
No,
ever.
I don't. I don't, because I got overwhelmed after a while. So
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
this ain't what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. And so when I started studying sociology, I was like, oh, now this is my forte. You know what I'm saying? This is up my alley because I always been a person that asked questions. I always
Hmm.
been a person that just was curious about a lot of things and want to do research. And so, like, one aspect of sociology that made me so interested in it was learn about deviance and crime. So
Right.
deviance and crime would deal like criminal activities and stuff like that, because I used to grow up
Exactly.
watching criminal shows. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like the first 48, the forensic files, all of that. So I was like, ooh, this is so interesting. So that what really got me intrigued in studying sociology. I mean, and then just looking at, you know, our community and just community on the outside, I was like, yeah, this is for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I always been that person that always had questions and that
Hmm.
was always curious and wanted to learn different things and do the research.
I got you. So I'm a criminology major, and criminology is a mix of like sociology, criminal justice, a little bit of psychology. You feel me? That's why
Right,
they
right.
hate the discipline. But what? So
That's good.
this is why I say that education is important. Having the right mentor, or having the right counselor, especially in your high school years, right, to tell you the truth about things. And the truth about it, see, this is what I would have told you if I was one of your elders, and this is no way putting you down. But if there was someone that was in your position like that, want to move to sociology, I would have to tell you, it would be my duty to say that just don't get sociology. If you do that, you're definitely going to have to give the master's or a PhD. And also, you're going to have to couple that with something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it don't work over. I mean, you can look it up and it says all this stuff, but it doesn't work over well to just be out there with a degree in sociology. You understand what I'm saying? Like you would,
I,
would have had to back it up with criminal justice or something or psychology, or even anthropology, you would have to take it to that level. And then probably um your options would be you can work in different aspects, but definitely you could definitely be, a professor or you know what I'm saying, get some type of staff position, definitely teaching. But those are the courses that, so this is where I agree, like Miss Tiffany and some other people, like I feel like sometimes they throw these courses out, but they don't really tell you those courses aren't really marketable as far as establishing a job that's really sufficient and only in like a few areas. That's what I would say. But that's why I did
well,
criminology.
Let's get some other people on the panel in the conversation. I know we have
Girl, we ain't in no
okay.
rush.
Kyle.
Oh,
Shoot.
okay. Yeah, I wanted to say this, just real quick. Like
Oh,
I agree with you, Sister Jenna. I do agree with you on that. But like you said, you know what I'm saying, it's just a backup, like sociology could be something like a minor. And you know what I'm
right.
saying, like mass
Right.
media will be a major or journalism or something. And that was another thing I was interested in, journalism. So
Okay,
um
okay.
yeah, yeah,
But you get
but
what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
go ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I get what you're saying. All right, thanks.
What up, Kyle?
What's up, beautiful sisters and ugly ass unc? What's happening, man?
Hey, don't come in.
Thank you.
I
With
can't
all my
call unc
kinks.
handsome. That's weird, man. So
Ooh,
I'm calling ugly ass
with my
unc,
kinky
man.
baby hairs. No, you're supposed to come here and do that. You're supposed to,
Yeah, I'm
yeah, you're supposed
disruptive,
to do all
man.
that.
That's what I'm here for, man. Look,
Thank you. My favorite nuke.
I, I appreciate it. And oh god, so I'm on here just to give a non BS assessment about the IT field. That's where I'm at, and I think that, matter of fact, let me back up because the sister that was on she just got through talking. I forgot her name, but um she mentioned some very, very important things, and I think you also brought it up, Juju, as well.
Mhm.
The disparity that we have in STEM fields, and this is something that we all got to understand. This actually plays into our plight as African Americans. We
Mhm.
represent 14.9% of the U.S. population, roughly 15%, right? But we only represent 9% of the STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So what we have here is a disparity, and it's not in our favor. So that means that we need to have a 6% increase of involvement to be equally represented in those fields. Now, that equal representation, what that does is it dramatically, instantly changes the outlook of our communities, because now we have an influx of money into our community, because those fields that I just named, science, technology,
What?
engineering, and mathematics, and also like
Yeah.
HVAC and construction and welding, those type of trades, those are six-figure trades all day, easily.
Facts.
And so what
Yeah.
that does is it changes the dynamic of our community by simply participation of the system of education that is easily accessible around us. Now, what I will say is, in the STEM field, some people are misled and think all you need is a certification. No,
Yeah. What you say about?
the cert. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go
What
ahead.
you say?
No, no, you keep going.
No, I'm good.
Somebody's not on mute.
Oh, okay, okay,
When I
okay,
find out, I'll mute them.
okay. No problem.
Please mute if you're
So,
not speaking on the piano. Go ahead.
um, I really forgot what I was. I
Dang.
think I was at the point where equal representation in our fields,
Go ahead.
and so the thing that you need in the IT fields is the certification is the most important thing. Going to college is great, because going to college gives you that known foundation that you have a work ethic and you have the ability to process things logically and move through things, right? And a college degree is necessary in IT if you want to get into like management or those type of positions. But a lot of those roles that are in IT are not necessarily managerial positions. you're basically independent uh, end users or independent sources, right? And so with those type of positions, the certification is necessary, but also they look for, and if you look at any of those applications or job descriptions, it says 4 year bachelor's degree or it's always a or practical work experience. And a lot of people that try to get into these fields do not have their practical work experience documented, so there is no verification of that. This is why it's key and very, very important for you to put together a portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
I have myself a personal website. Every project, everything that I do outside of my actual job, because that would be that's the ground for termination for sharing proprietary information. But if I'm doing like projects, I'm working on robotics, or I'm working on sensory data, or I'm doing a physics project, doing ultrasonic measuring. I'm 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 literally doing slideshows and presentations, and I see Chef in the chat, so he's seen it himself. Like I document this shit, and this is the things that you need because when you go into the interview, if you even get called for an interview without having that experience, they're going to want to know, how do you know this? How are you functional? How can you prove you could do the things you said on your application? And their portfolio is what's going to do it. That portfolio is going to be that proof, that is your living example of your life's work. And so when you go in for these job interviews, being certified means that yes, you know what to do in this system, but having that portfolio means you know how to do it. You have done it. And those are the things that are required for people to get into IT. It's not just the certifications, it's not just the college degree, because we will hire a person that has a certification before we will hire a person that has a college degree. But the person that has that certification has to have proof of experience to get into that field. And that's something that we was teaching them, or we was doing like the Tech Tuesday and stuff before we got booted off the internet. And we were trying to guide people down that right path. And I just really wish more people would take it serious. I've talked to so many people that say they want to do it. 6 months later, a year later, they say, "Hey man, I want to get started." You said you wanted to get started last year. You know, time waits for no one. And every year that you wait to get involved in the changing of your life and the matriculation of your career path, that means there's more and more people that's your competition that has a year more worth of skills that you have to now compete with. But I digress.
Hey, Kyle, I
I ain't
appreciate
got
you.
no bombs to drop, but that was
Yeah,
good.
it was really good. I just have a question for you though. Like in the IT field, you talked about getting certification versus getting a formal degree. But I'm wondering, do you guys also just home grow your own technicians and things like that, as opposed to even having to go for a certification, having to go for a degree?
So
Do you just bring them in, like you see people who have quote unquote high potential, who may not be a programmer or work with robotics in terms of programming or logic, looking at PLCs or whatever sensors you were talking about.
yeah,
Um,
so I can answer your question. The answer that I give you is not gonna. You know how like there's always gonna be an anomaly.
sure.
Um, to answer your question, the answer is no. The reason is because the reason why you have to have certification is because you're dealing with huge enterprises or corporations, databases, and their equipment.
Hmm.
Every minute this stuff is down, the company as a whole is losing multiple $1,000s in resources, right? And so they want to hire people who are at least certified, right? That has gone through a testing body politic that says that this person understands how to use our system and to bring it back online. So
Hmm.
to hire somebody off the streets, I've never seen that. It could be possible, but everybody I know that's in a position, people that work with Azure or
Uh-huh.
AWS or what I'm saying, or Oracle or any of these things, they all have certifications, all of them.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that would be the case for, you look at these large platforms like Oracle SQL or something like that. I'm talking about like someone who would learn like a machine language, like programming a PLC, using like maybe an Alan Bradley. I know we're getting a little bit in the minutia here, so I apologize for that. But
No,
is
you
that
Oh,
don't.
like
No, you don't.
apprenticeship? Are you talking
is
about
that yeah
apprenticeship?
yeah? But I'm
Yeah,
talking about
I think you.
just go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Actually, at the job that I work at right now, we do have an apprenticeship program. We work
Hmm.
with Georgia
Yeah.
Tech, and we work with the AUC, like Clark Atlanta,
Hmm.
and I believe Morris Brown, to be
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah.
And so we hire people in our internship or apprenticeship program to come in. You know, they get paid like minimum wage, of that, if they even get paid. I don't even know what their salary
Hmm.
is,
Hmm.
but they come in and do all the grunt work, but they're getting their hands-on experience.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they still do need to get those certifications.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal job, they require you and they pay for you to get certifications. Like, it's not like,
Hmm.
I don't think we have a set deadline like you got to have a certification within 6 weeks,
Yeah.
but they do require you to have certifications if you're dealing with, like, if you're doing like database administration, or if you breaking up databases in general, or you doing, you know, really anything. Like, everybody that's on my team, my job, has a certification, you
Okay.
know.
Mm.
I got a question for you, Kyle.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
homie Steph said, ask bro, what entry level certs are employers predominantly looking for? And then his other question was, does he recommend Corsa, Coursera?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. I've actually taken some Coursera courses myself, so I
Mhm.
definitely recommend it. It's a good, effective way. It's at your own pace, and a lot of times, if you get a good teacher, they break it down in layman's terms for people who are kind of being newly introduced to the field.
Right.
Um, damn, I forgot the first question. What was the first
Oh,
question?
it's ask him what entry level
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
certifications
Okay, okay,
are
gotcha, gotcha.
employers predominantly looking for, as far
So
as like your job. Yeah.
yeah, it's like for what I would say is this, right? So when you're doing your search for jobs, I don't think asking another person what search to get is the best answer. I think that what he just did was getting the best answer is getting someone to give you the advice on about what the appropriate steps are to take. Because, like, for instance, if you live in like a lot of major cities, like New York City, the DMV area, Houston, Texas, you're dealing with a lot of large established businesses. These are called enterprise accounts. Most enterprise businesses have like physical hardware. So the certification that you will need to be employed by physical hardware companies is going to be a lot different than those that are in up and coming business areas. Like where I am at, I'm in Atlanta. So Atlanta, you have a lot of hybrid and a lot of virtual based businesses. These are small to medium sized businesses that are looking to grow their infrastructure out, grow their company out, to become those large enterprises. Now, the difference in the two is when you get certified for like hardware based businesses, you need to get like your CCNA, CCNI, CCEP, IP, whatever, CCIE, I believe it's called. You need to get like your Network Plus if you're dealing with non Cisco products, or you need to get certified through Oracle if you're dealing with. I don't even know what Oracle stuff is because I've never even played with that. But they have different hardware based certifications that you can get. Now, if you're dealing with virtual products, like for me, my certifications are in. I have my Network Plus, I have my CCNA, and I also have my Network Plus. I mean, excuse me, I said that already. My Azure AZ 900, my Azure 214, and my SC 900, which is these are security, fundamentals of virtualization and network administration of Azure platform. This is a virtual server, well, a virtual network type of thing. And so the company that I work for is a multinational company, but we have decided to use the virtual method where we can have virtual servers, virtual data space. We use Kubernetes and different containers to uh, to distribute our data worldwide, and it's more effective for companies that don't necessarily want to have data centers that are not stationary. So I would say to the person that's asking that question, first of all, hit me up independently. Then we can dive deeper into that, to figure out what's a better fit for him in his localized area. And also, if you're willing to get, well, if you want to get into this field and you have a certain liking to a certain area of IT, you gotta be willing to move as well. You know, I'm actually considering moving out to Houston, Texas. That's probably gonna be my next move, Houston, Dallas Fort Worth area, because it has a lot of jobs out there in that area that I think I have the skill sets for, and they pay pretty damn good. So it's just about surveying your local area to see what the need is, and not seeing what you want to do. And that's the part that's kind of unfortunate.
That's
Just
another good
looking.
point, though. But see what your surroundings actually needs is as far as that.
Yeah. See what see what the business needs is, because you need to make yourself the most available, the most desirable candidate in your area. So you want to get certified based on you what your area needs, unless you are willing to travel or relocate for a position that you're qualified for, you're certified for, and is available for you at that time.
Thank you, Kyle. You dropped some jewels, but real quick before we get to Bobby Banger and Kent, I did drop a link in the chat for a free certification. You do have to sign up and make an account. I actually got that link from Rob Bourne back in November. I have not started. I'm a procrastinator, but I am just to try to learn a new skill set. So if you see the free certification in there, go ahead and click that link for those who are interested, and maybe that'll be a good start for you. Now, I don't know what type of background knowledge you need, but I was just gonna go for it and try it and see and try to gauge where I'm at, like what I need more work on, or what I don't know, and what I can do. So it's free, so try it. Last question, Kyle,
Oh,
and I want you to make it a short and sweet, though. Okay,
can we
just
come
a
back
yes.
to Kyle, please?
I
Please,
want to ask this last question. Yeah, I told
okay.
you to drive, but you said
I'm
no.
trying
Miss
to
Tiffany.
drive.
Go
I'm
sit in
trying
the
to
back seat. No, you
drive, please. I'm trying to drive.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
let you
where's
have
the
it after this
road?
last question is
You need to
yours. I
move it
promise.
around.
I am. I told him I was gonna, but that was good information. We gotta rush it, God. What
No,
time is your bedtime?
I ain't talking about that, sis.
No, no,
I'm
I
talking
know, I
about
know. But we finna
read,
get it.
read
This
the
is
room.
impromptu. Now, when we get to the experts, different. But no, it's course of formal training. I think not, but it is a certification. I mean, formal training is definitely a
Well,
college or university.
so
Go ahead,
what Coursera is not
Coursera.
formal. Yeah, it's not quote unquote formal training, right? What it is education, and it gives you not industry certifications, but it gives you certification that you have completed the course. If that makes any sense. So like in the industry, there are certain body politics that have certification. Like these are the manufacturers or the governing bodies of the institution that presides over a certain technology. You know what I'm saying? So like Microsoft, they have their own certifications. If you go through a Microsoft class, you still have to take the Microsoft certifications to then be certified by Microsoft to work on their products. What Coursera is basically it's a teacher. Like I could literally right now I could create a Coursera class and teach you things. I may not be certified by Microsoft. I can teach you things, but and I can give you a certificate at the end of that class, but that certificate is not going to be recognized by other hiring bodies because it's not certified and by the hiring personnel or the HR departments. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense. Go ahead, Miss Tiffany. I'm in the back.
All right, Bobby Banger, where you at? See, get right to it. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
You said that's so sweet. Thank you,
Is
Kyle.
he on the phone? He on the phone.
No,
All
I dozed off for a second. Shit, just
right.
got
I'm
from the
trying to
gym.
tell Juju.
She don't give a damn. She slow us all the way. She don't give a damn.
Don't even play.
No.
You.
My bad, man. I missed the whole show.
Jesus Christ. Tell that nigga the truth. Shit. He slow this motherfucker. Shit, I started looking for I was like, shit, I need one of these motherfucking certifications. Fuck that shit.
Oh my God.
Shit. Damn. That shit. I'm get me one of them. Yo, what?
Horrible.
Hey,
Horrible.
hey,
Jeez.
send that shit over, yo. That's one
Yeah.
thing you do, yo. You make sure niggas get a job, yo. You don't be playing with that shit, yo.
Right.
Oh,
But god damn, is you
Let me go ahead.
recruiting
Let
this
me check out
motherfucker? Hey,
snacks and some found in the
My
back
bad,
seat.
man. I
god
was in the
damn.
spirit, man. I
Nigga,
got
you
the Holy
need your
Ghost.
own show. You Kyle Microsoft. Fuck that. We got
For
you, bro.
real though.
Hell yeah. Shit. I'm gonna
Like,
make
oh,
you
I
do it
got
now.
you. I'll
Yeah,
do
I'm
that
fucking
for
with you
you.
now. Yeah, you be that shit
Yeah.
rocking and shit. I say shit. Let's crank this motherfucker up, man. I talk about education. Here you go. We talking education here, yo.
Go
You know,
ahead.
one of our own, yo, talking education. One of our own. Talking goddamn education. Here we go.
Diop was some Rudy Poo, some guy who has 2 masters in chemistry. That he was just somehow intellectually incapable of knowing how to study language and linguistics. That somebody like an Asar Imhotep, who's a mathematician and computer scientist, who's like an Asar Imhotep, who's a mathematician and computer scientist. Somebody like an Asar Imhotep, who's a mathematician and computer scientist.
yo.
That's
That's
somebody
noise.
like an Asar Imhotep,
Psycho.
who's a mathematician and computer scientist.
Oh my goodness. You gonna say something?
Just makes up stuff off the whim to entertain, you know, the random YouTube audience. The people who got time for 20-hour shows and talk about nothing.
Yeah, I think he actually do make up shit. Now that I realize it. Yeah, a mathematician. Talking about education. Damn. Huh. Who knew? Go ahead and produce that document, bro, and we rock with you, yo. Until you produce that document, yo, you done said it too many times now. I don't believe you. I just gotta say it. Yeah, he done done it too much. Use it too much. Use it against me. Use it for a ploy. Nope. Not buying that. It was 30 times too much. Mathematician. Who amongst you believe that the great Asahotep is a mathematician? Who amongst you believe that the great Asahotep will overthrow the scientific linguistic community with no education in said fields? Since we're talking about education, if you're trying to get the crowd to really bubble and you sticking your chest all the way out like that, God damn it, where's the paper at? At least a goddamn certification in linguistics would work for me. A Coursera course in linguistics would even work for me. Any damn thing but hearing you turn down Chat GPT and act like we ain't got no damn sense. Yeah, I actually think you coming on YouTube making it up. I'm a firm believer now. I wasn't quite convinced into the Chat GPT incidents at levels never seen before. Wasn't quite sure, but after all that, yeah. Flimflammery at levels I had never understood until I seen them flim-flam Chat GPT. You would actually think we was asking some high-level questions. We actually wasn't. We asked basic questions. Jean-Claude Pseudo Killas, because that's exactly what he is. We say, does he have a degree in linguistics? That was a simple question. I'm sure that ChatGPT can handle that simple question. This is I'm positive of. Next thing you know, we got shows, people putting high-level mathematical questions in the goddamn thing, talking about how many mistakes it made. It didn't make no mistake on that, though, did it? That's the flimflammery right there. That's what they do. Oh, we didn't have conversations in the Discord about, your intelligence is going to drop when you use ChatGPT too much and all that. Like, really, we ask basic questions. In the field of linguistics, is it a science? Yes, it is. Has the language phylum, I'm saying, been worked out? Yes. What about Greenberg? Yo, basic damn questions that ChatGPT can handle. Next thing I know, you got people flim-flamming, throwing extraordinary questions. You see kind of mistakes they making. Wait a minute. Last time I checked, human beings are vulnerable to making mistakes. So if you think humans make mistakes, and humans, last time I checked, program ChatGPT, of course it's going to make mistakes. But that's the reason why we want to know if you got an education on said subjects, because those that are educated in said subjects will make less mistakes than those who are not. Self-taught, you teach yourself the damn mistakes and don't even know it. So yes, ChatGPT does make mistakes, but experts makes less mistakes than a novice. So if they fighting you because you're simply saying, look, man, I'd rather listen to a college professor when it get all the way down to it. I don't mind being educated by my basic YouTuber. I don't mind that. I think it's dope. But when the rubber meet the goddamn road, if I can get a chance to hear what the experts have to say, is that possible? Man, that's an announcement from you. Go get goddamn educated. Stop playing.
Well, that was very clear, very concise.
Mathematician, yo. Crazy. Talking in third person.
Yeah.
Bananas. Watch out for the third person.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, it starts off
What
right.
happened to Ron? What happened to Ron? Anyway, anybody got
Oh,
anybody?
wait a minute. Is that Ron with the blue R? I ain't know.
Yeah, that's Ron.
Okay, I ain't want no.
No.
I was making boy. No, you got to count up real quick.
Yeah, I think that
Okay. I'm sorry.
I
I'll be
think it's
forgetting.
very important to have, like, come on, some certification, some community college, a 2-year associate degree, a 4-year degree. You gotta have something to be putting your chest out like that.
Like that. I can understand. If you're doing it like I'm doing it, man, I'm just putting together resources, bringing together educated people that like subject matter, yo. It don't take no damn degree to do that, man. Motivate people, send them, look, get a damn library card. Look, we didn't show people how to actually navigate through ChatGPT. That's why it's just insulting at times, man. When people Johnny come lately telling us what you can do with ChatGPT and what you can't. We sit there and watched Sheffrin, I'm saying, uses ChatGPT, but we don't got regular damn ChatGPTs. Our shit is armored and loaded.
Right.
That's the shit that make me mad. Like, dude, we sat down, right? Hits came in and showed us how to tweak the shit, how to load your thing up. This is crazy to me, man. Right. Oh, this is the George. Oh, y'all, that's all y'all want to do a chat. That is crazy, dog. And you know what it is, yo? You got people saying, you got people overturning encyclopedias. Oh, yo, you got to go to school for 10 years, something they ain't even did. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, they ain't even went to school for linguistics and gonna tell us we got to do it.
Yeah, we got to be.
I ain't never in my life heard nothing like that.
To use ChatGPT.
Yeah, that was the low-key scam right there. Like, where did y'all go to? When did y'all go to school? Okay, but you won't. No, hell no.
Like, we know it's a tool. We know it's a supplement to the actual.
Damn.
Keep it over here.
But wait. Listen. This has been a central problem in the community right here. So I've been in this thing for about 15 years, right? Mm-hmm. In 15 years, I could have got a fucking doctor's degree, right? Mm-hmm. But I ain't trying to overturn the fields I'm talking about. I'm just trying to push people to that and push them to education. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this shit is dope. And when I say education, it doesn't necessarily have to be college. Y'all talked about that. Kyle talked about certificates. And Kyle can come in and run his mouth as long as he wants, because I done seen him get niggas jobs from the community. You know how many dudes he asks every year? You can get this, you can get that, you can get this. So he can say what the hell he want to say. So nobody's saying you got to go to college. We're just saying, yo, why y'all fighting against education like that, man? Why y'all fighting against tools that can help critique us, yo? So no, I don't got to read 30 books on linguistics. I can simply go to Encyclopedia Britannica and read it and see that you're doing too much. Well, why is it that we got to be amongst people that's always trying to overthrow stuff? Why is it you got Reggie making crazy videos about the expert? He don't even know how to critique a damn expert. He overtop his damn skis. Think about this, yo. We bring experts to the channels, right? And all of a sudden, people get afraid of white people.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the white people is the boogeyman. I can't believe you went and got the white man on me. They act like they were selling dope.
Or we ain't qualified to talk to them.
You ain't asked the right question. What that now? Listen, I know I carry a certain amount of arrogance with me. I know it. It's confidence. But damn, I can't ask a question. You can't ask a question. And the thing that really get me when Wu Jia was on that show, big up to Emma Cat Wu Jia. When he was on that damn show, he started it. Oh, let me ask the question. No problem, Wu. I already knew where he was going. I foreseen 30 shows on ChatGPT. I knew it. I knew it. I say, Wu, go ahead, bro. Ask it what you want. Ask the question, yo. We read it. That shit was dope. Right until we got to Mboli. Then the tool is wrong. Why y'all using it? They ain't read the book. They ain't did the work. Well, I'm tired of hearing that they ain't nobody did the work. Now, none of that. Yo, hold on. Imagine a world where a scientific field, Egyptology and linguistics, and nobody did the work for 20 years. Imagine that. What does that world look like? So we got science deniers. They were actually acting like that experts to get paid millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars to go dig up ancient civilizations, you know what I'm saying, that changed their whole tune from Mediterranean race, white Caucasians, black Caucasians, to just bowing down and saying, you know what? There actually is an indigenous civilization, yo. And we know this based off the culture, based off of the way they do things. We understand it to be that. We understand the influences from the Nubian region. We understand the influences from the Levant region. But generally speaking, is an indigenous African civilization, yo, coming out of the Green Sahara, yo. That shows how science works. They say that, and dudes is up in arms. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. Don't you chat? Oh, I'm not telling you ChatGPT, but what the hell are you telling us about ChatGPT? What is it that you're trying to tell us about ChatGPT or PTP or ABC? What is they trying to tell us? Can somebody help me? What is the constant badgering of ChatGPT?
I mean, when I first heard some of the conversation, it just sounded like there was like this undertone of almost shaming it. And then it was like, and you got to be so much more educated and equipped to actually use it. So, get your learning skills up before you would engage it. So at first it came off as, kind of like distancing people from even engaging with the tool. Right. And then they cleaned it up with but we're not saying, and it's a good tool and this, that, and the third. It was just, it was a lot of double speak.
But why people think they're the ones that's educated?
Yeah, come on in.
That's what I have a problem with.
But
other people educated too.
Yeah.
But we the last people they could do that to, because since the beginning, we've always talked about sourcing up and Wikipedia and going down at the bottom and getting the sources from Wikipedia and all that. So now that we're using ChatGPT as well as the sources, I don't understand why it's such a problem with the pseudo killers when it comes to using ChatGPT, as if we don't know how to get sources or how to do research. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it seemed like a sneak. Yeah, and like when we get the sources, when we get the journals, it's a problem with the pseudos. When we get the experts, it's a problem with the pseudos.
Right.
When we use ChatGPT 4 or whatever, you know what I mean? So it really just feel like something personal, like it's a the pseudo killers is against everybody at this point, because we smashing these fantasies that people have. So they have to find a problem with anything we use. It don't matter what we use. Remember I said that, yo. It don't matter what we use. We give people credible sources. I think Juju made up the term "source up or shut up." You know what I mean? We said that. Up told us how to get the sources off of Wikipedia, and we can use Wikipedia but get the sources from it. You know what I mean?
The actual journals, scientific journals,
yeah. So
like that. Yeah.
So yeah. So and it's it's the same people though. It's the same guys that have a problem with the routes we take to get the information. You know what I mean? And how we teach how we tool people up so they can't be fooled and shit. You know what I mean? But I think we starting to, you know what I mean, when we start to see, the same ones go at how we get our information, I think it's a red flag. Unc, I think you're hitting it right on the head. It's the usual suspects.
Can I bring it back to education, because we started this out about talking about education.
But it is education.
Yeah,
I know it is, and I wanted to make this comment because one of the things that was said was that they don't even let students rely on ChatGPT. So first of all, there's a difference between when you're talking about young people that are just now starting on their journey of learning and education, and how that works in a college, in a college or university setting, as opposed to adults that many of us have, degrees, whether it's a 2-year degree, 4-year degree, and some of us are just otherwise, educated, intelligent individuals. It's a different conversation. So we understand what it means to research, and we understand what it means to use a tool along with doing said research. Just for the record.
Piece of pseudo killers.
I think the problem comes when the chat GPT aligns with our research, and they have nothing else to fight us with. So they have to attack us with whatever tool they think we're using.
They're fighting you with chat GPT. That's on both sides.
But that's fine. Hold on. But we're not complaining about people using chat GPT. We don't complain.
Right.
We don't complain about that. That's the difference in us and them. We don't say nothing about, y'all cheating, y'all using chat. We don't say nothing like that, because we want to make sure what we saying aligns with the consensus.
Hey, peace to the room. Peace to the room. How y'all doing?
We good.
What's going on?
Peace.
Man, hey, man. Peace to y'all, man. I just wanted to make a quick comment. I mean, it seemed like, there's a lot of conjecture being thrown around about somebody being a computer scientist and a mathematician. And I don't know if people just aren't familiar with the profession or just the field of computer science or software engineering and mathematicians. But that's a thing. As far as computer scientists go, well, most of the time when you go for a computer science degree, you automatically qualify for a mathematics minor. And in most universities, you're only about 6 to 8 hours short of having also multiple degree in mathematics as well as being a mathematician. So I just wanted to add that clarity to the group with what goes on, especially in software engineering world. The mathematicians, we work with so many mathematicians, and I'm a mathematician as well, but I just don't work in the algorithm.
Why are you saying that, though? Just curious. Why are you saying that?
No, I think
because it seemed as though you were acting as though it's impossible for someone.
Let me say this, because I ain't seen this shit.
Just want to see it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I ain't seen the
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
I'm tired of niggas
Okay.
telling me what it is and telling me I ain't seen the shit. How about that?
Okay.
That might be a
Okay.
good reason. Yo,
Okay.
dog, you really thinking I'm sitting here and don't understand clarity on mathematicians and all that and computer science, bro?
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
saying I'm
I
tired
didn't
of
know
people in
that.
this community sticking their chests out like Hercules or
Okay.
Godzilla. Yeah, I'm saying ain't showing nobody
And they
nothing,
ain't
dog.
doing it. Okay.
You
All right. I
always
got you.
saying it. I'm always saying
Okay.
it, yo, and I'm always the last one to blow.
Okay. Okay. I'm
I'm
tracking now.
always the last one to say, yo, knock it off, yo, stop trying to use education that I ain't seen. How about
Okay.
that, yo? How about
Okay.
just be quiet and do what you
I
do?
got you.
Why you
I just
always
wanted to
trying
bring
to,
some brother.
right, that I ain't, come on, Doug. I'm very
Okay. Okay.
clear in
Yeah.
understanding
We good.
education,
I
yo.
know Sosa was like he never met a mathematician, but mathematicians are pretty
That's just
like pretty.
Man, that ain't what I said, yo.
I'd be clowning, but I'd be clowning.
I got a question. I got a
Yeah, I
question
think they were
though.
just kidding on that
I
one.
got a
Yeah.
question though because I know that in
No, but
order
I've
to
never this much with.
call ourselves something, we have to have a certain level of education. So, Lou, do you need a master's or doctorate level to actually refer to yourself as a mathematician? Because if I
No.
go to if I study psychology, I get a bachelor's in it. I'm not a psychologist. There's still other levels of education that I must complete to actually be able to
Yeah, I
refer
don't want to hear all
myself
that.
to psychology.
No.
So I'm asking you.
No. You don't. Like I
You
say,
have
like
a bachelor's. You can have a bachelor's and
Yeah, I don't hear all that shit.
be called a mathematician.
not
I
even
don't
be
hear
just
none
be
of that.
called a mathematician, but actually work in the field as a mathematician. Not even be called one, but be a mathematician. Like I say, in the software engineering field, like most of our algorithm group, most of those guys aren't masters or above. Most of them are BSs. So yeah, most of the mathematicians that we work with are BSs.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
hey, B. Lou, tell them that Boolean code is something serious when that as and
Talk
if and
about it.
if then and what.
Talk
I get
about it.
you.
Talk
I
about
get you.
it.
I
But
was looking at
I was just bringing some levity to the conversation. I didn't, Unc. I wasn't saying that you don't know there's some, but it just sounded like it was like an odd thing to be a mathematician. I was like, that's not odd at all. But
Hey, but
you know,
I'm
so
wondering why
No, it's
would
an odd thing
being a
why you gotta be a
mathematician be?
mathematician and use Chat
Yeah.
GPT.
I'm about to say, like,
now that
why was that even brought
that
up? What's the relevance?
now that's not real.
What's the relevance
Jesus
of being
Christ.
and saying you're a mathematician
Now
and a
that's fair.
computer
That's fair
scientist?
right there. Yeah. No,
Why
that's
is
fair.
we
That's fair
saying
right
all
just
there.
that? No, because we
just
need.
because ChatGPT said something, said you was wrong about something. Now you got to throw that out there, like,
I'm a
you know what I mean?
mathematician.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that
do
calls something.
codes. I
Um,
program the stuff. Nigga, we just asked the Chat GTP didn't Bowley have a degree, yo? That's my
yeah,
point. See, that's the scam. And I'm going to say it.
yeah,
I
that's
know
a
we said
scam.
we
Now
weren't
that's a
going to
scam.
use it,
Okay.
but see,
Yeah.
I want to teach people what the scam is. Here's the long con right here. Watch this. We simply put basic questions in, right? Doesn't Bowley have a degree? Right? In linguistics, it said no. It said he had a doctorate or degree in what was it?
Engineering.
Engineering, right? And he said he do good work. Okay, what the fuck? And then it said his work is not accepted in the field. What's wrong with that on
That man,
linguistics? So I'm just saying at this point, and then we put
Meanwhile,
Afro-Asiatic in it, and it talked about the strengths and the weaknesses of it. We didn't ask what's the code for double X, Y, Z, double nine. Come on, yo. Pythagorean theorem, and we didn't ask that. So why are we making such a big fuss, yo? You know why? Because the shit they talking about don't pop up in there. That's why. Because every expert we brought on disagreed with that. That's why they did it. So why attack the tools that basic, everyday, old average people can use to get a basic rudimentary understanding of the universe and the things around them in this natural world, yo? Why do that to them, yo? I'm a mathematician. I know what questions to ask. Get the hell out of here. But this shit is stupid. And won't nobody say it.
they just
Come
need
on,
three
man.
shows. They just need 3 shows on ChatGPT since
Come
the
on,
I
goddamn
yo.
Bowling
know.
conversation.
It's
I
too
got
much, yo.
something I want to say from the
Yeah,
Bureau
it's
of
off.
Labor Statistics.gov. I just want to say this because I think it's important to, include more information. Okay, that's fine. I can go to school and get a BS in math and apply for a job as a mathematician. Fine. In private industry, this is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov. In private industry, mathematicians typically need either a master's or a doctorate degree. Statisticians typically need a master's degree, but some entry-level positions may accept candidates with a bachelor's degree. All right. Most colleges and universities have bachelor degree programs in mathematics. I just think it's important to just to stress, because we've been talking about education, that there's levels to the amount of education we get and what we're able to do, in society in terms of work and whatnot. And I'm just gonna say again, like folks is saying that we got to be so doggone highly educated to use Chat GPT, then I'm gonna need some people to
I think
do some
I think the
paperwork.
problem is I
Do
think the
some
problem
paperwork.
is becoming too easy for the average person to just debunk them with ChatGPT at this point. Like they used to get away with that shit. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying it's a double standard.
They
It's like we
yeah
getting admonished for using tools that
yeah
the world is using because we're
yeah
not
because they
educated enough to use the tool.
nah but
Meanwhile,
they
folks is not even advocating to get certain levels of education in the fields that they profess to be, have such knowledge in. It's a double standard. It's kind of crazy.
yeah yeah
y'all,
like it's
y'all,
like they
I'm
knew they knew at one point, people wasn't really looking up that shit that they was looking up. You know what I mean? 'Cause we just
yeah,
wasn't interested in that shit. So
hey,
like they can
I just
tell
want
us
to
something.
mention real quick. I just
They,
want to mention real
huh?
quick. I appreciate y'all work, man. I'm gonna hop off. I just want to kind of add one thing, man. Y'all do an amazing job. Keep killing these damn pseudos, man. And I'm gonna go back to
Sure,
listening, y'all.
indeed.
All
All
right,
right,
thank
family.
For sure, man.
Appreciate
All
Appreciate you,
All
bro.
right,
right, man.
brother.
Peace.
Appreciate
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, but they
you.
knew
It's
that we
horrible,
wasn't
yo.
really interested in that.
Yeah,
We weren't really
it's
interested
outright
in that shit
horrible,
they was
yo.
talking. Oh no, they wouldn't. We wasn't really interested in that shit they was talking about, right? And so they want us to read this book and that book, and yeah, y'all ain't read this and y'all ain't read that. Man, one sentence in ChatGPT will kill all that shit, and that's what they mad about because they took so much time and effort to put the pseudo information out there, and we killed it in 5 seconds. That's the problem.
Ridiculous,
They said
yo.
we ain't playing fair at this point, yo.
That's crazy.
It is what it is.
No, no, man.
Anyway, did you see LaDosha? She hit the panel.
Where's she at?
She hit the panel at the beginning because we were talking about the
What's
need
up,
for
Doksha?
for like education and versus like uh vocations and things like that, and how you don't going to college isn't the only way to be educated in today's
Right,
world,
right, right,
but
right.
we need education, and we're
We need
always going to need
education.
people that are still going at it the traditional route to get certain education for the progression of society in our communities. So y'all want to move to the next topic? Y'all going to talk more on this one? Anybody else got anything to say on this topic?
Yeah, I think it's nonsense, man. Like nobody like we not trying to do in-depth research on Afro-Asiatic. That never was the like we and we can understand enough to have a discourse about it. I don't gotta know every known element in the earth to realize the earth ain't flat, right?
No.
No, you got to read a book. You got to read 30 books on the flat earth and no, y'all just have a basic understanding of how the earth forms and how basic things form in the universe. And I can look that up on Wikipedia or look that up in encyclopedia. Y'all the researchers.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all the ones that's doing all that. That's what y'all do. And y'all, with all that, y'all can't come up with the right damn answers. That's bananas. Think about that. With all that research, y'all can't come up with the right answers.
Yeah, I think though that the book, The Death of Expertise, it is somewhat, I would say it's somewhat critical of things that are easily accessible through technology, like Google, and in this specific case we're talking about Chat
So you
GPT.
think we ain't read the book, huh? With that
No, of
statement, you
course,
must have thought we
we've
didn't
read the
read the
book.
book.
Why don't you let people finish? I mean, of course I know you've read the book. We've been discussing it. I'm just saying that it's this guy Tom Nichols is very critical in some ways of relying on these tools as you call them, and I think we shouldn't try to deny that. I'm not saying that you particularly use it inappropriately. It's just that there's more people outside of these YouTube wars that have the same feeling about those types of things, those types of tools. And we just have to acknowledge that.
Yeah,
Hold
let me
on,
add something.
Kyle. Hold on, Kyle. That's not what the book is saying. What the book is saying is he's going against people using these tools and trying to overthrow expertise. That's what it's about. Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's totally different from what you said.
No, it's not. It's.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious.
And he speaks out against autodidacts.
Wait a minute, man. Come on,
saying,
yo.
Go get trained. Go get the skills. Go get the degrees.
Right. He's saying y'all trying to overthrow expertise with these tools, yo. That's what he's saying. He's not saying don't use the tools. He's saying don't think you're a damn expert. Now, who the hell is doing that with ChatGPT? None of us. That's the point, yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I guess the point I'm trying to make at least is that because everybody has access to these tools, then everybody becomes the expert. You don't necessarily have to try to overthrow experts. You are an expert. You are an expert.
What?
You don't have to try to overthrow an expert. You just become an expert.
How? Who becomes an expert?
Because all the information is at your fingertips.
No, that's not.
Somebody asked you a question about.
Oh wow.
There was a time. Simple examples. There was a time when you needed to know how to do square roots. I'm using the math example. Square roots by hand, right? Well, you don't have to know those things anymore. You're an expert. What's the square root of 2? Somebody can click it in, and then all of a sudden, a number pops up. But if you ask the person to do it, they probably maybe they can't do it by hand.
Okay.
So that means you're not an expert, though, right? That means you are.
But they feel like they're an expert. They feel like they're an expert.
Oh yeah, well see that's the
feel like I can fly.
That's the Dunning-Kruger effect,
and that's exactly what the guys mentioned in this book. Tom Nichols.
Yeah, that's not the same. Yeah, that's not the same thing. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, come on, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You act like we ain't read the book, yo. That's what I'm saying, man.
Speaks out against autodidacts. And,
right.
You know what I'm saying? They're saying, these autodidacts create issues because they don't go get degrees. They feel they can self-teach themselves, and they feel like athletes are like like the spin masters, smash them, self-teach themselves, and they think that being self-taught put them on par with the expert. It's not what it is. Somebody's background.
Yeah, what chapter of the book you in, Ron? Where you at? Did I miss a chapter or something? Wait, let me see.
I ain't know ChatGPT was gonna get everybody wrong. This is crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing in the ChatGPT per se.
Yeah, but nobody's trying to use ChatGPT to be the expert. Yo, that's crazy to me.
That was said several times. It's so inflammatory.
Yeah. Ron, you said it. Ron, listen, you said the book speaks against fast methods, right? And then you mischaracterized it on purpose. I'm just gonna say it, Ron. You did that actually on purpose because you're highly intelligent.
Ron scamming?
You scamming, Ron?
Yo, like I told y'all. Look, like I told y'all earlier, I don't even listen. Listen, yo, I don't even listen to Ron, yo. I don't listen to Ron because we give Ron. We don't even use ChatGPT for Ron most of the time. We get this nigga goddamn credible sources.
And
he don't even read. Yeah, he don't even trust that.
Ron, listen, yo, Ron is definitely on par with everybody on this damn panel with comprehension, reading comprehension, and all that shit. Ron just
not when it comes to
you say the word God, yo, he fall out. He lose all his. Yeah, he lose everything. You say the word intelligent design, yo, he fall out. He lose all his science. You say black,
misrepresent.
Go ahead.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, let's not
he misrepresent people.
Come on,
He
King.
he
Let's start
loud.
making it
He
about us,
loud.
bro.
He
We gotta
loud
have the
people.
conversation.
He don't
Huh?
do all that, yo.
Yeah, he do. He lies. Say people saying
Come
shit
on,
they
man.
ain't
Let's get
say.
back. Let's get back,
You
man.
know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
I've never done that. I've never done that.
What?
Can't be doing.
Oh,
Can't
y'all.
be.
We gonna let them know who the real Ron like out here in these streets, man.
Stop it,
That's
Chris.
that's okay.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do
I
you
can
like that. I ain't gonna do you
I can
like
take it. I can take
nah,
it.
nah. Ron
I think you
funny.
already.
That's Ron gonna do you though. Ron.
I think you already said it.
Hey, remember Ron read that sentence? He was like, "Who would do that? Who would do such a thing? Misunderstand that sentence?" I said, "You know."
Him.
All right.
No, yeah, that was Smash doing. They was like, "No way, Smash tried to misrepresent." That's what he did, yo, for 3 weeks, yo. He said he
Man.
should have. I mean, they did it, yo. That shit was crazy, and that was the perfect thing to put in Chat GPT too.
Well, I'm just saying. It's just beware. Just
I just
beware.
know it was funny when Saw started talking in first person. That's hilarious. Did
Yeah,
he
he a
think that
perfect.
Saw Imhotep can't understand linguistics? I was like,
That
oh,
shit
shit.
was crazy.
The
He
great, the
said,
great Asylum Hotel.
yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. That shit funny, yo. Come on, man, yo.
Man.
And I'm saying, man, they got some like they got a solid understanding of African culture, yo. And I just
Yo,
don't like
don't.
the extraordinary tweaking is wild to me, yo. Like they be tweaking sometimes, yo. They know they do damn good job and a lot of shit, yo. And then they just won't act right, yo.
Yeah, we can't get right, bro. We can't
The
get right.
usual suspects, yo.
We did the wiki. They said you can't use the wiki.
Can't use it.
We
The
bring
Right.
the
usual
we bring the
Love
suspects.
it.
experts on.
Jokes.
We bring the expert on. Oh, y'all appeal to the authority. Oh, you
Can't
right
even use
about
a
that.
journal.
Appeal to authority.
Let
Can't
me get
even
the
use a
chat
journal.
GPT. Oh, Lord, y'all using AI now, y'all, man, y'all.
So
Oh,
basically,
hey, look,
we just need to buy their books and tune into them.
man,
That's
listen. Next thing is gonna be, oh, y'all in the field. Y'all can't be doing the work in the field.
Yep. Yeah, not you. How'd you do it? Yeah,
Man,
that shit is
you know what I think,
all of
man?
that without
what?
any
What you think?
paperwork. All of
What you
that
think?
without no paperwork. I don't know.
You,
Man.
you, you know
But
what I think? I
What you
think
think?
that they are necessary. They are necessary for the progression of the intellectual development of people in the community, because they are the reason why we have these debates and these conversations, and the people themselves have a responsibility to determine which is right and which is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And what
Absolutely.
it forces both sides to come together to say, okay, this is my weak point, this is my strong point. It forces them to say, okay, I'm weak right here, and it forces them to refine their argument to make a better argument against it. And I think that the antithesis argument is the best argument that intellectuals can make, because the argument is not based off of the general consensus of the community, but is based off of how they can gather their data to shift the community one way or the other. And I know this may be, y'all may feel like this pseudo as hell, but anytime you have a problem, you want to look at both sides. You want to look at the easiest path to solution, and then you also want to look at, okay, what is the root cause? What how do I solve the root cause of this thing? And what they force us to do is look at the root cause of all these different problems that we have in our community, or in this whatever we want to call this, and we get to the bottom line, and now we can attack the intrinsic issues instead of attacking the arguments that are presented to us.
hmm
Man, look.
well, I don't know if we want to stay on this topic or I want to ask Sosa. Do you?
Did Jesus Christ get to speak?
I was gonna
No.
do that too. I was gonna bring. But in the meantime, Sosa, if you want to think about one of the other topics we've been talking about, but before that, Jesus Christ, come on and chime on in.
Indeed. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, y'all basically said everything that with the excuse me.
He sound like a
Nigga
hyped up
sound like
version of
Jesus.
Salt Tip.
Well, what is that?
I missed it, Rachel.
Oh
Okay, well,
shit! Like I
Mm.
am
well,
your
what happened?
savior. I come to save you.
Yeah, you sound like
Right.
Now you
God,
just
yo.
sound like, you just sound
Sound
like
like God for real.
Right? You definitely.
Okay, I
Nah,
see, I
that's
see.
a compliment, though. Go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
That nigga talking through
Basically,
one of them voice joints.
That burning bush.
would y'all
nah,
stop
nah.
interrupting
Y'all
me
don't
with
let this man speak.
Yeah, that ain't how you sound, nigga. I don't
That nigga
believe
said,
you.
hey, they say the
That's
burning
pseudo.
bush.
That's a
I
pseudo
already,
voice, man.
I already put my head up, man. I already
Nah,
put my face up, bro. You just missed it, my son.
I was just messing with you,
Nah,
bro.
I
Yo
know,
say,
man. I ain't.
yo say, you just missing my son. Sound
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
with
all that.
Yahweh. Sound like you with Yahweh.
They calling you Barry White in the chat.
Said-
Darth
I don't have
Vader.
no control over the mute. I can't mute them out for you, Jesus.
Hey, yo, hey,
It's
do this
all
for
right. It's all right. Let them
me.
go.
Do this
Let
for
them
me.
go.
Hey, say this. Say Moses. Let me hear you say that, yo. You gonna
I'll
say?
say something better than that.
All right, go
I'll
ahead.
say something better than that.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You are my son. How about
Nigga got the Mufasa
That
voice in
nigga
this bitch.
sound like Luke.
Yeah.
That nigga sound like Luke Skywalker daddy.
That shit funny as a man. He ain't playing, yo.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
All
I
right.
am your
Mr.
father,
Jesus.
Luke.
Mr. Jesus.
Man.
Yeah, indeed, indeed,
What
indeed.
would you like to contribute to the dialogue?
Basically, as soon as I tuned in for this about maybe 10, 15 minutes now, basically y'all said everything that I was gonna say. But I heard because I heard Assad. He was talking about. I didn't know what y'all was talking about until I heard the stream from yesterday, and I was rocking with y'all damn near all day, in and out, in and out. And Assad, once I listened to him today, I listened to a piece of it. I couldn't get it all. He was saying that Chat GPT, what they do is they try to put things in there that skews whatever's happening. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I was a computer scientist. I mean, computer engineer myself. Now, I didn't finish. Don't put me in that box. I didn't finish. But I went like a year and a half. I really did. And it's a hard subject. But he got to talking about things that is not there. He lied to y'all, and that's why I had to get up. And I heard, I said, let me get on this here. Now he said that they skew it to where um, they'll make you think like you talking to a human person, which is it kind of is. He's kind of right, but he's throwing it off a bit. It's not there to make you. It's there to make you feel like someone's teaching you, but not to make it seem like like you're talking to a human person. And then he left out that he act like they only put one person in there, and then that Chat GPT goes off this one person. No, they gather the whole scholastic as a whole, and they input it in there. That's how you get the knowledge. And then when people keep, it's like Google used to be. Google has AI now, if y'all don't know, but it does. But it's not as good as ChatGPT. So when Google first started out, what it used to do, it asked you questions. You just couldn't get it. And now as it expanded, it has learned. And so what it does on Google, it'll pull up topics. It'll pull up topics. Now, when you put in Chat GPT yesterday, y'all putting in your names. Now, if you do it like this, if I was to say Aunt Bobby Banger, I will put quotations.
Mm-hmm.
I will put Aunt Bobby Banger in quotations.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see, you kind of coding right there. You just don't know it, but you're kind of doing it.
Okay.
But I will put in Aunt Bobby Banger just to separate that. And then on the end of it, it will say what else was coming after it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will put Aunt Bobby Banger in quotations to single you out. it might be hard for you to understand. And then he said, it's a language, and you have to do linguistics. No, you don't. It's only binary code. It's zeros and ones. I'm telling you, I took it. So he's lying right there. And then, oh my God, Reggie, I feel so sorry for him. You was talking about the cart and the horse. Okay, the horse is there, and okay, Reggie, he might have been in the. I'd say AI started in the '60s or something like that. From what I remember. Okay, now Reggie got off the horse. Now he's in the car, but guess what? He's in a car that you got to get in front of and crank up. Now today we in Bugattis and shit like that. He is lost. You still have to take classes to keep up. It's like a doctor. You just don't go to school and think just from the '60s you can keep up with the time. No, you got to go to school every so often to learn to keep up with the time.
Man, you ain't got a car, yo.
Reggie is a crank car
Oh my God.
compared to what we have now.
Oh
Nigga
my.
on a bike.
Oh no.
I'm just saying. So I just had to say that because they trying to trick y'all. Because
He trying to trick
I didn't
you.
graduate. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't graduated nothing. But I took computer science engineering, and I went for a year and a half. And also, them niggas they should know how to code. You can't tell me because that's the basic computer science engineer. You better know how to code because that's how you write. It's like writing in cursive when you used to write in cursive back in the day. Right when you go to computer and you in computer science, man, you gotta write code. Ask any of them if they know the right code. Because if they did, they would make up a program. For one, I heard Sean P saying, man, your grammar was all messed up. If Reggie was there, he could have wrote a code to gather all of the scholarship literature to where he has a grasp of the English language and write that in code. And if he would have put that in there, it would have came out in the format to where it's all, the punctuations and everything is right there. He's still writing on pen and paper and messing it all up. Come on, man. We can't do it. I just wanted to say that. And I'm out. Jesus Christ.
All right, brother.
You right, bro.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I probably was sipping a little bit.
He said, I'm out Jesus Price. I like how you did the outro here.
Out. Right.
I like it.
But yeah,
Cognac is banging.
you do gotta like,
Look at
Yeah,
the
cognac
outro.
drinkers, boy. The
it's called
ultra cognac
continuous,
drinker.
continuous
Space
education.
Haze Anthony, what's up?
The ultimate.
Oh gosh. It's
He's
called
drinking that
continuous.
cognac. That was the cognac
I'm trying to
conversation.
do it.
The cognac conversation, yo. The rights and
Sound
opinions
like
held on Pseudo Killas does not exactly support and agree with the callers. Just for the record.
But when you're doing stuff like certain fields, you do have to get continuous education to stay up with. I mean, especially
Oh, you
like Kyle
definitely have to
said,
do
if
that.
you
You
said
definitely
you
have to
was
do
gonna do it last year and you ain't do it, you already behind.
that. No, you definitely have to do that. Yeah, you
Yep.
that what
definitely have to do that.
what old boy said yesterday, man. He said you ain't got too much time left. Man, you
Oh,
got
I'm not even going
Yeah,
down. I'm not.
yeah.
oh, we ain't going that route. Oh my
Nope.
bad. My bad. Tone it
So
back.
what is another topic? Juju says, let me put my fist back in.
What we were talking about, alpha male. That's what we were talking about.
What about that? Because I don't know about that conversation.
Go ahead. What? Oh,
I'm alpha
Fetty's
male.
gone.
I
Dang.
wasn't privy to that, so you gotta
I've
have
been
to.
accused.
Yeah, you
I've
gotta
been
wait
accused
till
of being.
Fetty come back up in this joint, man.
Man,
I've been
somebody go
accused
get
of being
him.
an
He
alpha
left.
male.
Okay, well, what's another one? You want to talk about which one? Talking about
I
so you want to get into
forgot.
that?
You talk about alpha. What's wrong with alpha male?
All the alpha males died off with the Neanderthals.
Is
Ah,
that
a good one. I was gonna say like I mean, come on, Kent is here,
You hate the
Sosa is
term?
here, God Bank is here,
Don't,
but like
don't
the
like the term?
intricacies, like how no, well, how people can misconstrue when they're reading on, alpha male, because that's something that's not within the human population, but there's some correlations, quote unquote, but it's definitely in the ape chimpanzee population. You feel me? And sometimes people can, misinterpret, misconstrue what the science is
They
saying.
they can misinterpret toxic behaviors for alpha male type behavior, but like they say, it's more complex than that when you're talking about humans. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with cultures and you're dealing with
I think the question wasn't the question whether
Jesus
was
Christ
whether
say cognac or not. I'm right. Yeah, you is right.
Oh yeah.
So what was the premise of the alpha male? I mean,
yeah, there's
they have
alpha. The
they have
humans
like
have such is there such a thing as an alpha male in the human population?
well, they kind of
Because
talk
I
about that
think
along the line.
it was you, Kent,
They
who put
talked
they
about it.
they said they don't have no scientific evidence to support that. You know what I mean? That's where I stop at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but the
think it's an
guy.
ongoing. I think it's an ongoing thing, but I don't think they have any evidence to support who is an alpha male and who ain't
Well,
So he
in a
said,
human
I
sense.
thought the
"Hi."
Not something that you're
scientist
going
was
to be
trying
able
to.
to.
Go ahead. I'm
You
sorry.
say
Yeah, as a male, if you have the ability to cooperate and to deal with other human beings, then you're not an alpha male, because an alpha male is simply about dominance of his surroundings.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? And the reason why Homo sapien trumped the Neanderthal species is because we cooperated together,
Yep.
and we fought against the Neanderthals or the Denisovan alpha males that was out
mm,
there, based on our
No, no,
ability to unite together through teamwork and family values and things of that sort. So that that
no,
that whole little that whole
that's
little
different.
idea is
is
only
backwards.
existing. Yeah, it's
Hold
only
on,
yeah,
that's
it's
different.
backwards. I'll
That's
say
different.
that. Then I'll digress.
Can y'all hear me?
No, no,
yeah.
hold
Yeah,
on,
Yeah.
you're
hold on, hold
finishing,
on. That's
Kyle. Don't
different.
you be
That's
coming up
different.
here
That's
teaching. Go
different.
ahead, Teddy.
In
Hold on.
regards
That's,
to
hold
this
on. That's
topic, I
different.
think the correlation that I was trying to make was how primates. I think I uploaded a book in regards to, I think it was called Primate or Kingship and Primates. And if you look at the societal structure of even apes, their politics, how it's conducted. If you look at certain kingdoms, back in antiquity, even just compare certain African kingdoms and how the king per se would have certain access, resources more than others, whether it was 20 wives, whatever. And when you do the comparing and contrasting, I mean, we are apes. So I think it's interesting looking at, the behavior of them, because some people may look at chimps and say, oh, I'm not an ape. It's a lot of that rhetoric going on, quote unquote, in the conscious community. They ignore the relationship we have with apes, and you know what I'm saying. So I think if we look at their behaviors and even how the alpha male is correlated to even per se, you know, mythological gods, to where they're the god of thunder and how they stood up, and they a lot of them correlations. I think I sent I was talking about it earlier, just how religion, like a lot of precursors of religion you see in apes. They do a lot of tree rituals and things of that nature. So I just think the conversation is interesting.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
that wasn't it the video that you put out there, Kent, showed the guy who was the guy Deval, who was talking about he was using the chimps as an example, and even he said at the end of his presentation or his talk that we are, after all, we're all primates after all. And so he was basically saying, yeah, we can learn a lot from these guys because of of how they treated the quote unquote alpha, who the real alpha was in the group. The dominant chimp who did the protection of the group, who helped the ones who were weaker. He broke up the fights, but yet he was dominating everybody. I mean,
And the scholar, he also broke down how there's a misconception how like an alpha has a certain attitude and he has to be an asshole and shit like that.
yeah,
He was saying
is
how
yeah,
alphas can be considered sympathetic. They help
Yeah,
people who may
exactly.
be in a certain position to where they may be whatever. But yeah, I think he broke it down in an interesting way for sure.
Yeah. So
Alpha
why
who?
are we saying it's a
Chimpanzees or humans?
say what?
I'm talking to Fetty. I'm trying to respond.
He
Y'all
has
gotta
a
jump
I'm
in to
just listening. I'm trying
respond.
to hear the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
too.
He has different videos talking about it. He even has a video saying how 95% of our behavior is from primates. Like he has a video of that. So he has a I think he does a lot of correlations and drawing how certain behaviors can be conducted. Because I look at again societal structures. I love West African, Central African history and how the king and the
You done
governmental
fucked up now.
society was set up. How they had governance systems, whether it was like a queen mother and advisory or whatever, and you can see the societal structure how that could be similar to how apes conduct their society in a lot of ways. So
Facts. The only problem I have with that is when you're speaking of alpha in our society, like the strongest guy in our society isn't necessarily the most dominant. Like dominant
right, right, I agree.
in the human construct would be if you have more money or if your family is
Right,
a certain status. So
Yeah.
that's why
that's where the
I'm
YouTube red
saying,
pill movement, my bad to
let
cut
me
you, that's
fi-
where like
can
the
you let me
red pill
finish?
movement come
You
in
gonna let
and
me
that
finish?
toxic shit.
You gonna let me finish? So that's why I say that you can make the correlation, but it's just fundamental differences with that. The science says is that applies to chimpanzees and apes. It does not apply to humans because of certain stop signs. But I don't know much. I only know a little bit of that. So I really can't go any further. I know where where I stop at. But Cedric is here.
No, I'm just saying this guy, the guy who was in the video, that he was a professor, right? He said that it does apply
Yeah.
to humans.
Okay. Yeah. Show me a consensus in our journal article. Okay, Ron. Okay. Not a YouTube video. Okay.
Can I
Okay.
Yeah,
also
it's a
I
complex
would ask you the
conversation.
I
It
would ask you
definitely
the
has
can
to
same
I
be
thing.
met with caution.
can
I
I
would ask you
also
the same
add
thing.
can I also add that I've heard of terms sigma, male, beta male, and alpha. Those are the three I've heard, and I've heard alpha being referred to to females as well, alpha female as well. I'm
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
I don't know how scientific any of that is,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
there's so
Go
many
ahead.
factors that you have to figure out. You know what I mean? Like cultures. You know what I mean?
I mean,
You got caught in the
why is
matrix.
that
Hold
hard
on,
to?
Ron. We got Cedric and Sosa. Let us get in a circle and go around and be fair.
Peace,
So
peace, panel,
Hey,
peace, everybody.
Pigs.
How
What's
y'all
going on,
doing?
Cedric? What's good, bro?
Michael Jackson is an alpha male. See, like when we use these terms, right? Like they're so subjective, and we try to correlate our human experience to that of our closest of kin, but we can't do that, especially on very intricate social levels, like Brother Kayel explained, right? And again, in our society, we value other things rather than brute force or the strongest, the most talented, the most artistic. These become the alpha in their own right. So how does that correlation really apply? It's very subjective, and it's to each his own. But in terms of having any real grounding in science, I think it's the level of subjectivity lends to that being interpreted in many different ways.
Yeah, can I say one thing
Yeah,
right quick?
can y'all hear me? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's go.
think
Okay, go ahead.
that we have interchanged the term alpha male historically with the term of apex male, which is the top male in society. But the apex male, the top male in society, is not the same thing as an alpha male has been historically, um, through and these two things do not equate to each other. They have different values and they have different lifestyles, and that I think that's the biggest struggle is that people are thinking that the top males in this society, like Cedric just said, are those alpha males, But when you see alpha males, typically these are the individuals that do not have that apex value that we would think are more most beneficial to the society of which they come from. And I think that we are all confused about that overlap. And maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not articulating it correct. This ain't my subject
Yes, you did.
of study, but
Listen,
I hear my
I mean,
automatically.
I think
Yes, you
if you
did.
look at,
I hear
go ahead.
my
hold
automatically.
on. When they say alpha males, it's not when they say alpha males, it's not necessarily a one to one like y'all thinking like they're saying they got alpha males as strong as men like compared to a chimp. They're talking about the dominant person in society. So dominance can be displayed in different ways, not just muscles, right? An alpha, like you look at the mob, right? The alpha male, the mob may be a small guy. He's not stronger than the his minions are the people that's enforcing the rules. You know what I'm saying? But he's just a dominant figure, right? So like what basically what they're saying is like, you know how chimps you have which you can easily identify as an alpha male, so to speak, right? But you don't see that amongst the hunter gatherers, right? This type of dominant figure, the dude that's in charge of the pack, like you see with chimps. That's because within hunter gatherer societies, they don't allow that to happen. If somebody starts to rise in rank, the group will go up and eventually they will kill him. They will knock him off because they don't want anybody to gain any type of power over the other. So within that society, where everybody is even killed, and
Mhm.
what they're saying is that, they're trying to find out if what it was like in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Were humans more violent? Were we more like chimps, or were we more like bonobos? You know what I'm saying? And then over time, that type of character we know actually end up rising, right? Because we got away from hunter gatherers, then we got the kings, we got the chieftains, and then we got the kings, and so forth, so on. So that type of dominant figure, that figure that controls the group. So that's what they're talking about in terms of an alpha male, not necessarily a one to one like the strongest man to go attack somebody. That's what they mean.
Yeah,
The
for
most
sure.
No,
aggressive.
wait. I want to get
Not
clarification.
necessarily the
Was
most
that
aggressive.
a scientific inquiry?
Yeah, I'm trying to
No,
figure
it's
out
not
how y'all got
science.
on the
Inquiry is
No,
topic.
it's
what
no, it's not scientific at all.
Oh,
the
okay. So whatever
terminology.
There's
The
the
no there's
terminology.
no
The,
the
there,
the
as far as humans go, there's no scientific evidence to support it.
okay, but Sosa
no,
made a
there,
correlation.
What do you say?
So
there's
the,
he-
the, the contention was whether alpha male applied to humans was scientific, validated by
No.
science.
what
And
they're
I know
talking.
Apex
I'm
Male is
telling you, like, listen. I'm telling you, here's what it is. I explained to you what it is, right? I
Right.
gave an example so you can have more clarity.
yeah, we
Hunter,
understand
hunter,
that.
hunter gatherer tribes, right?
Mhm.
What I'm trying to explain to you what they mean when they say it. I'm saying like it's
No,
Uh,
yeah,
right
I think
within hunter
Sosa was
gatherers,
establishing.
right? There is no
we,
lead figure. There is no head
Mhm.
honcho.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
that's
The
what
big
they mean.
man.
The
Can
head
I?
honcho.
Yeah,
People
that's
oh,
get
real.
Can
okay,
I
but
read
right.
something from Chat GPT
No,
real
no,
quick?
no. Hold on. He
Nobody
doing
heard
something
that. I
different.
don't
Hold on for a
think.
Yeah,
minute.
we need to
Hold
be
on,
talking about
He's
Chat.
right. Because listen, even when you hear like those societies
You're
had
not
like
saying
the
you're
big,
wrong.
hold
You
on for a
just
minute.
asking for clarification.
Listen, you gotta listen to what he's saying because you can.
I heard him the first time.
No, I wasn't even talking to you, Juju. God damn! If I ain't yelling and screaming,
Well, I
y'all,
was the
I'm just.
last person
Oh,
talking,
come
so
on,
come
y'all.
on. You do what you want.
Are we seeing male
I don't
dominance
go
here?
in the corner and cry.
Y'all
You
that's an
getting
got
on
alpha.
the
you got
That's an
floor.
you got
alpha
smash
female right
scam. Well,
there.
you
You.
right. You got smash scam. Well, you got a lot of frauds out here, yo. You
I
can
was like
just get
alpha
that.
Nah, I'm
me.
just messing.
Yes, don't
He's
don't
extreme.
I'm the help. Don't shoot the help. I wasn't even talking to you. Get them niggas. They flagrant on the field. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
You scamming.
Yeah, come on,
Scamming
you
like a
scamming
mother.
Juju.
But
God damn.
Y'all
is that
been,
You
I heard
scamming
y'all
like
been
a
is
scamming
that
motherfucker.
an
for
alpha?
15 years.
Hey, we're gonna
You scamming like
hey,
a
we're
I
gonna
motherfucker.
call
pull
Juju
licks. I don't scam. I
You
pull licks.
scamming.
I don't
Go
scam.
ahead,
You correct.
scamming
Go ahead,
niggas.
I'm trying to I'm trying to get y'all to hear what Sosa is saying. And I want to introduce a term. I think it's called the big man or something like that, right? And it's damn near the exact opposite of what you're thinking. It's just somebody that he ain't even a damn leader, yo. He just can influence you. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to influence people to do shit. He ain't lead niggas ain't listening to him, yo. Oh, I get out of here with that shit. I'm telling you, yo. That's how they was, yo. And I also talked about how, it's just ideas the tribe gonna follow that make them more, more productive. Yo, they ain't need the leader. Come on, man. That shit, yeah, that alpha is interesting, yo. Yeah, it
Yeah,
ain't like
if you watch
the
Hunter
character.
Gatherers
Can
when
I
they
can
make
I
a
read
kill,
something
right?
real quick? Can I read
Go
Hold
ahead,
something real
go
quick?
ahead.
on, hold on.
Let her read it. Let her read it.
It says, from an evolutionary perspective, the alpha male status can be seen as a successful reproductive strategy. Alpha males have access to more mating opportunities, which increases their chances of passing on their genes to future generations. This dominant hierarchy and reproductive success of alpha males can be linked to the evolutionary pressures that have helped shape chimpanzee behavior over time.
What's
oh,
the source?
you talking about
Chimpanzee
chimpanzee.
behavior over the time. Come
What
You
is
on,
talking
the
about
man.
source?
Freddie talking about chimpanzee.
Chimpanzees.
ChatGPT is
It
God.
said chimpanzees,
He
brother.
talking about
Yeah, I
I
know.
want to
chimpanzee.
know what
I
the
know, no, I'm
source
saying no. What
was.
the reason why I even brought that up is
See, y'all
to
didn't even get
again
the
look
source.
at.
We don't
Y'all
need the
talk.
source. He talking about not unless you're a chimp. You ain't a chimp.
I'm not
Well,
even trying to talk about humans
so
right
the guy,
now. I'm just trying to highlight
Yeah,
what
we
Yeah,
do.
we
how.
get that. No, we agree with that. Fetty, we agree
Yeah,
with the
we agree.
chimps and all of that, yo.
We
No,
all
No,
for
but
the
that's
I'm
what
chimp.
I'm
saying
trying
in
to
the
show
modern
you the
We
professor,
applied
society. Hear
that
me
correlation.
to
out. Hear me
Ken,
out.
humans
Hear me out.
though.
Give me 20
Ken,
I'm
go,
seconds.
trying
just
to
go back
show
and
you
look
the
at your video,
I'm
correlation
Ken.
that
saying
them.
in society right now,
I'm
in
not listening to
society
you,
right
Ron.
now, in
Okay,
society right now, this certain aspect of alpha males and all of
don't
that
listen
has
to me,
been
listen to him.
hijacked by a lot of
Yeah,
people
but
on YouTube
Oh,
with the
yeah, I
whole
get
red
your point.
pill
Yeah, I get your
community and
point.
things like
yeah,
that.
but
But
those
my
type of
whole thing is that in
behaviors.
this society, hold on, let me finish. I'm saying this society now that we in, which has developed into more of a society where there's no kinships that's prevalent. Kinships aren't a prevalent thing in the world no more like that. I'm saying at a time in human history, that's what it was in a lot of places. So I'm saying when I look at how again the societal structures, take science out the way and all that, I'm saying when I just look at the correlations between the societal structures between how, because I study again a lot of West African kingdoms and how those societal structures from a kinship standpoint was set up. And when I look at chimps and how even they conduct politics, it's just interesting. I'm not making any claims. I'm just
They,
saying if you
bro,
compare and
bro,
contrast
they
both
do. They,
behaviors, it's
what?
interesting to look
What
at.
I'm saying, they make the correlation all the time. They talk like when
Yes.
if you watch the documentary with the chimps, they say, the chimps sometimes is made. They talked about how the chimp politics, where
Mm-hmm.
it's not like just one nigga beating everybody up. He got like a crew with him.
Yeah, you got
He
Hmm.
has a list of subordinates, and they have a rank.
That's
Where
right.
there's a number one guy, there's a number
Yeah.
two guy, and
That's what I'm
everybody
saying.
knows their
Right, right,
role. One,
right.
two, three, four, five, six, seven. So this is the correlation they're making scientific. Forget about if the alpha male, if the terminology is scientifically determined. That's not what they're talking about in general, bro. They're making that correlation for scientific study to understand chimp society and how early chimp society may mirror early human society. That's why they look at the
Right.
bonobos and the chimps, because the chimps are more violent, they attack. So they're trying to figure out, were humans more like chimps in the early
Hmm.
beginnings? Or were they more like bonobos? Because bonobos aren't aggressive. So that's a discussion that's going on within the field. That's
Hey,
all.
Right. And
But
if
those
the
you
you,
if
idea
you
you
use
of
that to
you
chimps are
now,
still valid.
if you use that nowadays, right, with modern times, right, and it was talking about how they was the one that could mate with the most women and all of that. Like you wouldn't be able to tell who, you know what I mean? Like you get the least violent guy that just got game, can get women, or you got the big dude that he
That's
can beat
that
motherfuckers up. They
it
can get
evolves, Kent. No different than
Yeah, but the one with
it,
the most
I'm just saying that the it's hard
no, but
to
it
testosterone
evolves.
is the
It
one they would be mating
evolves.
for. He was going to be the biggest and strongest.
no listen. I'm
you just
saying it.
you just
I'm
Or
saying
the
it.
guy
described the
that
difference
It's
between.
more complex. That's why you can't just say, "Oh, that person is an alpha," because it's too complex. It's more complex than that.
You
Than
just
just
described the difference between a
no,
drug
they
Yeah.
the
lord, a
alpha.
drug kingpin versus a
Yeah,
corporate
they
America
talk about
or a
how
business owner.
go
yeah,
ahead,
y'all
so.
taking the alpha male socially
Say it again.
too politically. Y'all taking the alpha male social construct too politically correct based on how it's being viewed scientifically in discussion.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I gave you the example. That's why I break down the rank. That's
Mm-hmm.
why sometimes the alpha male even within the chimp society is not necessarily the strongest male. If
Oh
you
no.
have you ever seen the thing they had on YouTube with the chimp, the big large chimpanzee?
Mm-hmm.
There was
Hmm.
another chimp that was he was huge, bro. Looked like he lifted weights. But they talk about there's a hierarchy and how it's not necessarily one. It's about being able to get you a squad. In other words, And they
Right.
look at
Yeah.
it and see what it looks like, and
Yeah,
then
squad them niggas up. If you can't get a squad, nigga, you fuck.
yeah, you gotta have equivalency. You gotta have
But the
yeah, you
basic
think it
idea
ain't
of the
one?
alpha is still there. That whether it was a
Yeah.
small chimp or a big chimp, the basic idea of the alpha was still there.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know how the
The
you know how the other
Didn't
chimps
matter if it was big or
the
small.
and listen, you know how the other chimps try to take over? They go
Getting other
around,
people.
they start campaigning the other chimps. They try to build up a squad. Like, yo,
Damn
I'm
it,
trying to
do we
I'm
have
about
chimp behavior in the server?
yeah, probably so. They
Nah.
gonna get a
the
squad like, yeah, I'm trying
the
to
the,
Hell,
the,
you
I,
talking about Kent motherfuckers?
yeah,
Shit.
yeah,
Shit, we got chimp
We about to
behavior
go
in the
pseudo.
server, ladies and
We about to
gentlemen.
go pseudo,
yeah,
man.
We got
humans
chimp
gonna be
behavior
human.
in the
Humans gonna be
server.
human.
yeah, but
Nah.
the idea of the concept of the alpha is
Crazy.
it gets removed.
Yo, I see it, yo. Hey,
That,
yo, I see
Bobby
it,
Bang a
yo.
what you say,
wow.
It,
Kyle?
Bobby Bang a
I
wow.
see it. I see you. Hold on, let me stop. I want to
You
show y'all
stupid.
something real quick. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to show y'all in the Journal of Science. This is just an article on the origins of Afro-Asiatic right there. I
He's
just
not
want to
gonna
show
let it
y'all.
go, y'all. Let me go on mute.
I ain't got no. I just want to throw it in there, yo.
Okay.
So who amongst you believe
You stupid.
is the greatest Saul is gonna overthrow something in the Journal of Science? Let me stop, man. All right, man. I just wanted to put that out there.
Crazy, yo.
It's a good read though for everybody, man. All right, let's get back to the
Are you
chimp.
sure you didn't need to get that off? You sure? You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want y'all to see that this stuff is in high leveraged articles, man. So what we doing, yo? But anyway, we
Yeah,
good.
I'm just
Back
trying
to the chimp behavior in the server.
So we're just talking about chimp behavior. We're not talking about humans, right?
Nah,
We're
that's just
no longer
damn
talking
human.
about humans. Is that correct, fellas?
No more chimp
I don't
behavior in
know
the
what we talk
server.
about at this point.
No more
You
chimp
never,
behavior in
you
the
never
server.
going. You can never stop that, huh? You're never gonna stop that.
Hell
You never
no.
gonna
That's
stop
always
it.
gonna
You
happen.
right. Yeah,
What
you right.
chimp
You right.
behavior
You
you
right. You
talking
right.
about,
yeah,
huh?
I mean,
the
you know, niggas split up, niggas go different directions, niggas. You can see that this shit fun to me. I be
Yeah.
like, yeah, that shit fun. I get it. It's fun to me because I've been around it, right? And if it ain't it, and you know, if it ain't gonna kill you, niggas really do it. When you're in the streets of Baltimore, yo, certain behaviors, yo, you get it fuck it up. You got, you know what I mean? But when you're in loose situations like that, yo, it's fun to see who
Almost
can.
seem like when you
It's fun.
got a group big enough, it's almost inevitable. It seems like, yo.
Yeah. So, but you still gotta. It's the art of still keeping relationships when people break off. It's an art, man. It's being able to talk to people. Yo, some niggas just they be solo dolo. They can't do shit. They can't get nobody because they shit is so wild. You know what I'm saying? They can't nobody on it. They too smart to get that.
well,
Oh
see,
man.
that's the thing that we got to understand with this conversation
They
is
would
that
have died in the wild, Kyle. Nigga, you too
that
smart. Hold on, don't kill that deer. You got to calculate the hoof size within the. And then you got to be like, what nigga we hungry now? No, hold on. Yeah.
Right. Hold
but
on now. Hold
I
on.
just walk up to him and bust it upside the head. Bow, and we all eating. By you
Oh,
calculate the
eat.
distances. Come on, yo.
yeah, but but with civilization and with social order comes
Oh,
intelligence.
where he at? How come we can't get on Little Morning?
You need
Who
to go
that?
home. You only can put 10 people up here.
You got Little
I'm trying to
Morning,
get
man.
on, yo.
I'll drop
Chillin'
down.
Bray.
I'll drop down.
Oh,
All
Mark.
right. Yeah, chillin'. No. Little
Yeah.
Morning.
Hey, somebody jumped down already.
See,
It's
y'all
three,
need to get
six,
that
8 people.
subscription so you can have
Slim
more
Bray.
people up in this piece.
You can pull them up. You can pull 2 people up.
Yeah, you can pull him
I
up.
Yeah,
think
we
Where you
usually
at?
don't have to. We usually don't
Ron
have
jumped
about
off.
10 people. I
Ron
mean,
jumped off. You can pull 2 people up.
yeah, we
You can
usually
pull
don't have more
Kyle
than
back
about
up.
7, 8.
Pull him up. Go, Slim Bray. Jump
Yeah,
on.
Not in the
you can
back
jump in,
and pull.
Chilimba, Marcus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
So
you're
hold on. Y'all
not going to
talking
be
about
able.
chips
Hold on,
human
y'all
You're
beings?
forgot
not going to.
Anthony on the panel, yo. Y'all gotta let Anthony get in.
I
Yeah,
still
What's
want
up,
to
bring
know
You're
who
Anthony?
not
y'all
going to be able to
talking
measure
about.
what an
Y'all talking
alpha
about
male is.
humans or just
when?
talking about
No, we talking about
chimpanzees?
chimps. We talking about chimps.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to do this real quickly. Fetty, you read a piece about chimps and their evolution, right? And then we segue that into human correlation. But you got to
No,
realize
I
that
wasn't
we
trying to do
split
that. I
off the
wasn't trying to
chimps
do that. My
way
bad. I
early.
wasn't trying to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's why
You ain't gonna catch me
and
slipping.
then
The reason why I brought up the
I
reason why I
trying to
brought
catch you
up the
slipping.
conversation,
I,
right? It's just to see how we
I
can compare
gave
and trash without having any strong opinion on it. That's the only
Right,
reason
right,
I brought
right.
it up. That's all.
Right.
I don't have a strong stance on it. But when I look at it in my studies and just when I'm free, it's interesting. And we are apes, so to make that,
They
something that
study it
could
just
be
like that.
possible.
Listen, bro, they study it just like that. There's no need to reword it, bro. Like, I don't know how many ways I can re-explain this shit, but to somebody actually reads the material, and I went
Yeah,
through a lot of
it's an
stuff.
interesting.
They
Yeah, it's an
do it, bro.
interesting read.
They do it. You know what I'm saying? All you got, like I gave an example. All you gotta do is look at hunter gatherers, bro. If you understand hunter gatherer society, you will understand what they're talking about by alpha males. Now, not necessarily the chimp running around beating niggas up, but if you understand the concept,
And
the
even look, and Sosa, even when you
alpha
talk about
males,
That
African
shit
kings,
funny, yo.
like
yeah,
even all kings, like you say, they don't come to the same
Hilarious.
solution the same way. Some are run down on you, some are more diplomatic. You know what I mean?
right, bro.
So
You can
it's
look
not.
at the mob. Look at the mob. Sometimes the mob boss is a little small
let me
dude. That's what they're talking about. Like,
so if I
don't take it
understand you,
literally. Don't take it literally one for one how you look at a chimp. That's not what the conversation is when they talk about the whole concept.
Sosa, if I can give an example of what my understanding was of the alpha male, because I never believed in an egalitarian society. I say the guy that
Egalitarian,
had egalitarian, the guy that
egalitarian.
had
You say
the
Eli.
best knack.
Elag.
Yeah,
A gala, a
that's that
gala.
European that we
Egalitarian.
saw.
Yeah. But
Egalitarian,
go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
The one that was the guy that had the knack for finding the best game,
Mm-hmm.
or the group of guys that always knew how to find water. At a certain point in time, the rest of the group started to look to them in terms of leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that hierarchy for me kind of existed automatically around certain attributes that individuals had that was a benefit to the rest.
Well, listen, if that's true, then why don't you see it amongst the Khoisan? They don't do that. Like every time somebody is praised, he will downplay it. No, man, I just got lucky. Because if he brags about it, or if he tried to act like he's better than the other, they will kill him, bro. They will murder him. So he has to downplay his skill. He has to let everybody know I'm no better than you, bro. I'm just a part of this group. Don't think I'm trying to take over, nothing like that, or they will murder him, bro.
Hey, you know that it'd be like that.
Sound like humans to
we
me,
exhibit
Yeah,
the
goddamn.
it'd be like
behavior
that in regular. It'd be
that
like
that
that, like
that
with
we exhibit that behavior in group
yeah.
settings regardless, right?
But
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
that hunter gatherer, that Khoisan lifestyle was eventually supplanted because we wouldn't have got the chieftains, we wouldn't have got the kings if it wasn't so. So eventually it developed. Eventually somebody harnessed that and was able to take control, and then we moved to the next stage.
They was able to stop from being killed. They had
So
no
hold on.
defense
So the
with
king, the one that became the king or the chief, was the one that committed the taboo.
He had a little crew.
No, he committed the
Could have
taboo.
been, or it could have rose from. It could have started with the priest who was making a ritual. See, the priest could have got more. The shaman could have got more clout, and he make it. They don't really know, but that's what they're looking for. They're trying to see how.
It's the one that changed the rule, yo, and commit the taboo that become the king.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck it, kill all of them. Oh wait, we ain't supposed to do that. Now we doing it. They become the king. Or do something egregious. Seriously, yo, like all jokes aside, just do something egregious, yo.
Show
You
you
know
what
what I
the
mean?
consequences is if you cross them and shit.
Yeah, just do well. Not even that. Just do something that's against the norm in the society. Yo, he won the heart. He becomes the king. At least that's detailed in the dawn of everything. You remember that portion, Sosa?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read that. I went through it twice.
Oh, that's a good one. And then they talk about that's how you can just pretty much tell with you know the kings is the ones that you know where motherfuckers die with the king. Yo, that's the oldest roots of it.
Yeah, he's a guy that says, you know what, I'm not gonna farm or go hunt for food. You go do it.
Yep.
start picking out people to go do tasks, and then that's how you get the elite. You know, my family ain't gonna be out there chasing people, putting life on the line, digging a farm. Nah, that's for a lower class, lower ilk. And then you start getting, you know what I mean, and develop over time. You know what I mean, but you look at other hunter gatherer tribe, like what I'm saying, like Fetty talking about in the chat, some of the pygmies, they don't have that. They ain't no
No,
ain't
we
no
don't.
leader.
Man, the
Nope.
Bantu people, and I think Street Sufi was talking about it. The Bantu people, Niger Congo people. Not only did we have a kinship system, but the way we expanded in Africa, West Central Africa down to South Africa and parts of the Great Lakes region, that was a conquering type of, like, we looked at the same way how we look at, looking at certain groups as primitive or whatever. That's how Bantus looked at pygmies. They like, y'all for real, y'all gonna help us, do what we got to do, and y'all can have like a
Hey, wipe them
clan
out.
in our community. But yeah, y'all serving us in a way. You know what I'm saying? So
Drag them out them damn forests.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they was knocking trees down. They like, shit, we gotta
Fuck
set
the
up
tree.
shop everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still doing that now.
Yeah, we doing that.
It's funny, of the war, that Rwanda war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those soldiers that lost and got pushed out, they fled into the jungles of Congo, and they went over there. They just over there, and they started a coup, murdering them pygmies and stuff, and pushing them out. Bro. You know what I'm saying? The same. You know what I'm saying? So you see that the effects of the war in Rwanda. You know what I'm saying? All that then going into the Congo, man. It's just pretty deep, though.
And that's why I always say the the grievous thing that actually happened, the most grievous thing that happened to Africa was that they wasn't allowed to play the thing out, right? It was interrupted by one of the largest forced migrations on planet Earth. And so that's why when people start to teach Africa as they was floating across the sands and it was the most moral and the most everything, you're not really getting a good measure of what it was to be in those environments during those time periods, because that's not what it was. So we always so to help our shame, we put the blame on the people that quote unquote enslaved us, because that's egregious. And we speak their language, right? And we practice their religion. Carol Cooney kind of talked about that, right? And so we place all the blame on them. Where I try to sit at and say, yeah, man, I get where we at, I see where we sit, but we can do this thing better, right? And we can do it better by educating ourselves about the world around us. And the person is always better off when they educate themselves about their environment. It just opens your mind up. You find this behavior in the hood where people just stay on the block. You got dudes that walk off the block for a minute, go get what they're gonna get, come back right back to the block, right back there. They don't go nowhere. They don't even explore the city. And when they do explore the city, they feel like they stand out like a sore thumb. They feel like they out of their environment and stuff like that. But through education, man, it opens up your mind, and it makes you want to explore. It makes you want to see other things, and you just become a better human. The more things you see, the more cultures you run into, just the more you feel about yourself, and the more you understand humanity better, and the more you can take back to your community, yo, as a driving force to push them forward. But you get that narrow mind, yo, you start being afraid of education, because education is the thing that you are afraid of. Why are you afraid of education? Because it's what this white man had. So I say all to say that it's the fear of the white man and everything he does, because he's the evil one. And nobody wants to align themselves with the evil one because it's in shame. And so the whole black this and the black elegance and the black love and the black thing is actually grounded in fear, right? It's actually grounded in behavior that was forced upon you. Remember, they had the nappy head, the big look, the big lips, and the dark skinned dude, and they had the Prince Charming, you know what I'm saying, with the white skin. They had you looking crazy. They picked the craziest looking person to make you that, and then they named you. So my thing is, then why go back to that? Why go back, right, to a time period where people actually took you away from your culture and named you? Why you feel the need to name ancient cultures the way you was named? And so, like to unlock that, that's why I like to have the conversation, because I'm trying to unlock that. I want you to see that, yo, your experience as an African American, Black American, is not the experience of those continental Africans prior to colonialism. So you have become so entrenched in ideas, right, that you take those same ideas back, right, at least in your mind mentally, and put it on the people. but you claim you want to know your history to help you move forward. So it actually work against you. How can you move forward, right? And you're thinking, if you take the what you would call the oppressive thinking, right, and put it on a culture that you're trying to learn about. The key is to hear the voices of what you would call your ancestors, or hear the voices of the indigenous people, because that's when you will learn the most about those indigenous culture, is when you learn about the people. How do I know this? Because I had experts come on the panel. We had these very conversations. Man, anthropology, what we do today is we just want to hear the ancestors speak. Go figure. That's my 2 cents for the day.
Thank
Okay.
you, Bobby Banger.
What's up to the panel? What
What's up?
up, everybody?
Peace,
What's going
Marcus.
on, brother?
So I just wanted to I'm gonna rehash something didn't come up to where we had to get right now about the whole alpha and that whole conversation. Um, in context, it started. They wasn't talking about primates at all. They were actually talking about wolves. And then in the 1970s, a popular book came out, "Controlling Your Inner Alpha," and it became popular in the everyday language. So depending on what field of science you're talking about, will give you a clarity of what type of alpha or the conversation. Ultimately, though, it's about sexual reproduction. So that's ultimately when it looks at it through evolution, ethology, and human culture. It's always about sexual reproduction, which is in certain societies how well you get along with other people um, gives you a sexual advantage to reproduce and pass on your seeds. In other societies, it may be those who are the best warriors or the best hunters. And so that's where you have to be very cautious in your cross comparison because you won't find a one for one in any such thing because we're humans. We're our own specific species who have our own specific culture and social standings that changes very rapidly. I could be in an environment in which um, it could be an environment in which we playing maybe like basketball, right? And so I was shot when I was younger, so I got a bad leg, so I'm not good at that sport. So in that regard, I wouldn't qualify. But let's say we go into something maybe like a person is more interested in agriculture, therein I can do a little more. So depending on the social standings, where you're at, depending on what's going on, determines this. I wouldn't even call it a hierarchy. I would call sexual quota in which you're able to have a higher standing and able to attract more to sexually reproduce and pass on your genes. And so ultimately that's what happens. But what you will find in human societies is in certain ways, especially when it comes to, I can't even say it too much about men because there are women who have this tension when they're all together. You can say, no matter how smooth it may sound. And so when I look at some of these YouTube streets, you can see this pseudo alphanism where they talk real tough.
So
They
good.
they talk real tough, and it, let me say it this way: in Oppenheimer, during the creation of the nuclear bomb, there were some concerns how this advancement in science will have a negative pushback, and that humans haven't evolved enough to be able to manage such power. And what I mean by power, we're not talking about like corporate power. We're talking about destructive power, right? That their contentious behavior um, wasn't to a point, or at least their ability not to be contentious wasn't to a point to which this type of technology would be ultimately helpful. And that became part of the conversation about the whole nuclear experiment. I think the advent of the internet is a similar situation in which um, it hit the world in a relatively rapid time. And so you have a lot of things that go on in the internet that if we were standing on a corner or we was in the street store or in a grocery store, people just wouldn't behave that way, right? And so it gives you this sense of anonymity where you can say and be anything you want to be whenever you want. And so you got a lot of false pseudoisms, alpha type personalities out there. And so back in the 70s, a psychologist took up this alpha term. And most of the time when people talk about it, that's what they're talking about, personality traits. But that's mostly from the psychology point. So you hear
Right.
people say alpha, beta, sigma. That's more about the psychology and the personality types that exist. And they use these terms to try to help people understand them. They're not the most accurate.
Yeah,
But
because
when it comes
you
to
can't test it.
ethology and evolution, that's purely about sexual reproduction. And I think the internet has opened the gates for a lot of false flags, I like to call
You can't test. You can't test. You really can't test the alpha male. That's why it's not going to be science really, because it's personality traits. You can't psychology. You can't rule out all the. You know what I mean? But just to give you just, I mean, but that breakdown give you just what they mean and what they're trying to examine. That's so. I think
them.
that's well put together.
Yeah. That's it's a fascinating thing. I'm Fetty's not wrong about it. You study it, and you can see in some places you can see some correlations between, like we watched the Chimp Wars, and so we seen that on the
Right.
Netflix joint. That joint was wild,
Great
right?
episode. Great show. If you ain't watch it, watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chimp Wars. Great show. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
these
then you
damn
got the
war.
bonobos, right? And they're right across the river from them, and they're equally our closest ancestor. It's
Right.
question
Right.
about which one. You know how that conversation go.
Yeah.
And their whole system is completely opposite from the chimps.
Right. Right. And that's what they're studying because they want to know were we more like bonobos? Because some people, some scientists argue that. You know what I'm saying? And some people argue we were more like chimps in our early beginnings. We were violent towards each other, more violent.
Yeah.
So,
And you can find a little bit of both in our societies. That's what makes it. We definitely have the altruism. We definitely have the hypersexuality. We all that comes from the bonobos in that regard. You can definitely find in our society, but you can also see us go to war. You can see
yeah,
us, what they say, bare our fangs and get all grumpy and attack issues, something like that, or something foolish like that. But we got them, we got them both.
I'm gonna
You know,
kill you,
yeah, we
Black
got them.
Egypt.
We got them both. Truth be told, so it's
Yeah, we
worth
got
looking
war.
into, but no
yeah.
one
I
knows for
think that I
sure.
think that point of pseudo alphanism is very interesting because, like, I look at, say, a person like Hitler, as evil as he was, and his motive was crazy. People say he was a great speaker, right? Like he was able to galvanize people. Like I
Mm.
wasn't able to like really understand what he was saying in the speeches, but it looked like he had a command. And
Speaking German, yo.
yeah, it's like, but he
Sometimes that makes
galvanized
you
a
an
group
alpha.
of people. And
Yeah,
like when I saw a documentary on the chimps, in regards to how they assert their dominance, quote unquote, in different ways, they may do things to say, like say it rains, they beat their chest when the rain, and I guess the clan at which the chimps are surrounded by, they look at that as a way of comfort. And even when you look at religious texts and mythologies, I'm not saying that's a direct correlation, but when you look at the archetype and characteristics of what's being talked about, it's interesting. So, like with chimps again, is you see certain correlations. Like what messed me up was when I saw the tree rituals being conducted by chimps, and they made like a quote unquote pentagram with sticks. The shit was crazy. I'm like, oh nah, this shit is this is
you watch the
wild.
Chimp Wars. I tell you, that dude had a crew. He had a squad. He had a big, strong, muscle-bound chimp that was like his second in command. I say, Lily, he lift weights. There's about a bunch of them. 'Cause when they go out and patrol. There's a crew, and they like it's a squad. It's like the mob. They
Yeah,
work.
chimp politics is like human street
They work
politics.
together, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
How about if you try to start gaining a lot of support, yo, they catch you,
Yeah, yeah, and beat you up.
beat you up.
Yeah, because they know to watch for that. They know to hey, watch.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying, watch dude right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah, you
trying to
trying to, yeah,
you're
yeah,
trying
you
to
doing
rise
too
up.
much. Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah,
chill. I'm a
yeah,
little chill for a minute. Let me see how it go.
yeah. They'll beat him up,
See how
and
it
then
go.
they'll beat him up, and then he'll get back in line. They'll beat him
Uh-huh.
up, then the chips they'll console him, then he'll get back in line after a
Yeah,
while.
get back in line and chill out. The women get them out there though, because the women you be like, yeah, y'all think you can do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
But then eventually
love it,
one of them
yo.
dudes will gain support, and they'll eventually
Yeah,
take over. Like dude eventually got knocked off.
did he? Oh man,
Eventually
did he
got
get
knocked off.
back?
The one that got knocked off, but he didn't have a he. Anyway, I ain't even gonna go there.
Go ahead. What? I'm listening.
Nothing.
Well, he got
Nothing.
weak because he was fighting in war with some other chimps. He got kind of
And he didn't have no
dinged up.
support. He didn't have no support.
He was too dinged up. He was too dinged up. You know what I'm saying?
And the women wasn't supporting him either, was
He was
they?
too dinged up. There's people, you know, there's people.
Right.
One of his folks stayed with him till he died. Though one of the chimps came with him
Oh
and
yeah,
was
yeah,
there with him
yeah.
till the end, till he eventually died.
Oh,
Like
they had that other troop that war. They had to fight with that other troop.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Once he saw he couldn't maintain it, he
Mm-hmm.
just left. Like he's like, you know,
Dinged
he
up.
just went off. Like, you know, I can't do it no more. He just went off. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he couldn't control it no more. Than dude, yes, people went with him. One of his folk went with him and stayed with him by his side till he died. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And they
You
had
got
a
solar
long
mines
reign.
and solar mine gonna pop
Long live the
it up.
chimp.
And
Shit, what's
y'all want
going
to
on?
stay? Y'all want to stay on this topic, or do
Solar
y'all
mine,
want
where
to?
you at?
You gonna beat up Stolen
Peace,
Line?
peace,
Solar
peace.
Mine
What's
is
going
here.
on?
Hold
Beat him
on,
up.
Russ, I
Solar
need
Mine.
you
How
to
y'all
mute
doing? How
up.
y'all doing?
We're
Hold
good.
on. Let me just, because this is like a break, a good break. Do y'all want to stay in this topic? And if you do, you want to comment on the Solar Mine, fine. Or do y'all want to move to one more topic, or this is it for the
Let him
night?
go where he going. Let him go where
Let
it
him
go.
go.
Let him
You
go
know
where
he's
it go.
going to pseudo heaven. Don't worry about it.
Let him go where it go. Let him go where it go.
Can y'all address
Okay,
that comment?
What's the comment?
go ahead.
We've been spending most of our lives living in a pseudo paradise.
If you people evolve, why not be born a monkey by another human? Man, shut up.
What
Yeah, I
in the
can't do it. I
world?
can't
I
do it.
can't do
Boy,
it. Don't
y'all.
worry about it, yo. I know what I knew he was a flagrant pseudo.
Yeah, we can't do
That's hilarious. Well,
Yeah, I
there you
mean,
have it. That off the screen.
that's the answer to your question, yo. Yeah, ask some more coherent question, yo. What the hell you talking about? If you people evolve, why not be born a monkey by another human? Thebe evolved into human. Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
care.
that's enough of that.
No, what the hell? What the hell was he talking
Solar,
about?
what's Solar got something on his mind. He don't just pop
Solar
up
gonna
unless he would think
support.
about some shit. He would
I
think
know.
about
I
some
just
shit.
hope he don't bring us back to what we talked about the other day. Go ahead, Solar.
Let him go. Just let him go where he go. Let him go where he
Yeah,
go.
okay.
You don't want to talk about that no more?
I
Let him
mean,
go
because
wherever you want to go. We can't control it, Tiffany. You can't
yeah, we
control it.
can.
It's a variety. It's a variety show.
We
Let
ain't
it
about
go
to
where
talk
it go.
about AIDS tonight. Go ahead, my
Oh
Go
no,
where
guy.
it
we're
go.
gonna do that. What is this guy talking about? He only
Uh,
came to correct Bantoon word. What?
All right, let this man go. Let him say do where he gonna go.
well, the reason why I brought up AIDS last time was
Oh
because
God. Sorry. Go ahead.
you guys were supposed to be able to at least get into the science of how they created AIDS. But as what I said in the previous show, y'all fell into my solar mind trap.
Whatever.
Exactly. Of course we did.
We were
Y'all
supposed
went
to
straight
tell it
to
from your
Wikipedia.
perspective.
Y'all went straight to Wikipedia and the white man's articles to help y'all explain the origins of AIDS.
No. You should have went to Chat GPT on your ass.
Yeah,
You know,
we
You
don't know
should
what color him.
so that's all I was proving. But I mean, we could talk about, what I'm saying, you want to talk about evolution?
All right, let's get
You
this
want to
straight.
talk about Darwinism?
No, 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 no.
Darwin.
Real quick,
Darwin was a racist man.
Go ahead,
real quick. Okay, I can clearly understand. I can clearly understand you calling Wikipedia the white man thing. Okay. What I can't understand is you grab ignorant ass white people and bring them forward.
Who was the ignorant white people that I grabbed forward?
Anybody you saying? Because they all
You said anybody I'm saying. So
yeah,
yeah.
definitely ignorant, yo.
I don't care who you show. I disagree with it. No. See, the
pick
thing is,
one.
the person that you was bigging up, I was quoting his research. I went to his research. This is what he did, his research. So
I know, yo.
that in itself, your statement just now is contradictory because you're supposed to be standing on the shoulders of this white man.
Yeah, he didn't. You mischaracterized everything, that man.
I
He
didn't
wasn't saying.
mischaracterize not a thing that he did.
Yeah, yo, the man developed a test for AIDS, yo.
No, well, that was in 1984.
Some
What was he doing in 1971?
Probably hooking up AIDS so he could make a test for it. That's how he got his money. He created AIDS
He
and then
was
later on made a
studying.
test for it.
He was studying the cancer and how viruses created and affected cancer, and he came up and he found the first human retrovirus. That is what he was doing.
Yeah, I thought I heard
Yeah,
that
wait.
because
You said
it
he
was,
founded the first human retrovirus.
yes, because there was evidence of it
He
being there for a
identified the
long time.
first human retrovirus, which was causing cancer. He's
And
responsible
how
for
did he
that.
do that?
And
How did
that
he do that?
work led to his research in the screening for HIV.
Right?
How did
Serendipity.
he find the retrovirus?
And he wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, serendipity, bro.
Serendipity, yo.
Yeah, it gets quiet now. And this is
No,
what I'm
he-
talking about, like
no.
with the scientists, the
Yeah,
so-called
serendipity. I
No,
can't break those.
I'm not
I can't break
answering you because you're
How did he?
moving the goalposts.
That's not moving
So
the
first he
goalposts.
was
He
disingenuous.
said
No.
First he was
Wait.
serendipity,
disingenuous, mischaracterizing what
That's
the
what
man did.
Unc said.
Right
Unc said
now we
disingenuous.
put it into proper perspective. Now you're
No,
going to move the goalposts. No, you didn't know that what he was doing.
I
So
did know
now to
that.
go and explain it makes no point.
No,
So why
you're
you
making a
would be
statement. You're
disingenuous
making a
and
statement about.
mischaracterizing what he was doing?
Wait. The thing is, you're making a statement about what he did. I'm questioning how did you come to that conclusion? Not that I'm moving the goalposts. You
Oh man,
said
we're not in the lab.
you said that
Because
he was
we
doing it for
actually
you saying that he was doing it for this
have it.
reason. So I'm questioning you.
Can we look at?
Did
You
he?
want to
How
look it
did
up?
he find? How did he get that? How did he find the retrovirus? What did he do to find that?
I don't think we know the
You.
exact process, Solo. We ain't even gonna go there, bro.
Yeah, that's all
We
he had
don't
to
know the
say.
exact process.
And I know he didn't know that.
You finna do that?
And I know he didn't know that.
You know he didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's not what he was
You
doing.
don't know that. You
Because
don't know
that wasn't what he was doing.
That wasn't the point.
Shit.
That wasn't the point. You was
Feel
mischaracterizing
like a
what he was
chat
doing.
GPT moment to me.
Hey, shit, let's
Okay,
queue it
so
up.
what
You
he
know
was
that's
actually
time.
doing,
They're waiting for it. They're waiting for the chat. They came for the chat GPT.
Yeah, definitely.
what
That's
he
what they
actually
came for.
what he actually was doing was he was using different cancers to find a retrovirus using the using a virus and
What's his
using
name
it,
again, yo?
huh?
What's his name again?
Man.
Robert Gallo.
All right, Robert Gallo. Yeah. All right.
And what he was doing, because he was paid, once again, he was paid by the Department of Defense to find immune system destroying agents for biological warfare. So that's what he was paid to do. So automatically, right there, when you follow the money trail, that destroys his whole argument. He wasn't just doing like independent. No, he was doing specific research to find something specifically. So wait, he was no. How is that? Wait. How is that conspiracy theory when you have the documents showing that the Department of Defense requested this? You showing that the Department of Defense actually gave $10 million to Linton Bionetics. He was the head microbiologist for Linton Bionetics that was doing the research. You can see from his research from 1965 to 1971 that by 1969 his research almost tripled. Why? Because he got the funding to do this type of research. And what he was researching was the different cancers in different species of animals, and he was using molecular biology.
All right, so what did he do? You said he did what though? What did he do that was wild to you? He created the AIDS virus.
Yeah, we'll get to the criminality of it. So
Get to the criminality. What did he do?
Amazing.
how did he harm black people, man?
Yeah,
Go
what
ahead,
did he do?
go
What
ahead,
did he do? Because what did he do? Go ahead.
Solo, yeah, man.
What you want to know?
What did he do? We want to know what he did wrong. What was the
What did he
wrong
do?
thing?
What did he do to harm black people?
Yeah, we trying to figure that out. What was it that he did was diabolical that have you against?
Well, he used
You said.
leukemia from that's normally in felines,
Mhm.
and he was able to culture it into I believe in I think he used human feces to actually culture it and make it uh make it attached to make it applicable to humans. Like, so he did it was a form of molecular biology. So he actually was able to take different cancers. I mean, you laughing, but he was able to take different cancers using molecular biology and create a cancer that destroys the immune system using a process of transcriptase, which means that it's taking the DNA, it's taking the RNA and converting it into DNA. So it's kind of going in reverse from the normal process of DNA into RNA. So
he's just throwing words together.
Man,
he's just throwing words together. He has
I could
no idea what he's saying.
I could literally read his research.
Throwing the words together.
I could literally read his research. You saying I'm throwing words together, but he the one that did the research. So you're really talking about him. You're really saying that I could literally read his research. I could pull up the documents and he could show what he said his research was.
Right.
So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah. We can get to it again. Or put it in
God.
God.
I could literally pull his stuff up and say that he was doing this specific research at this time.
He identified the virus, the human T cell.
Now, when you look at these different viruses, and they was able to put it into the hepatitis vaccination, and they began to inject.
Put it up, so let me read it.
Huh?
Put it up. Put it up. Do you have? Yeah, put it up on the screen.
Now, what do you want to see?
With the Robert Gallo, yeah. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out what the evilness of the thing.
These were when you look at the cat leukemia and
yeah, but you supposed to go to school first, Sosa, before you even bring that up.
Yeah, I can use ChatGPT. I ain't skilled.
You have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. I gotta go to Wiki.
What's the guy name again?
Robert Gallo.
So you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sir, you don't know.
You don't even know the man's name. And you, like you're agreeing with him, and you don't even know his damn name.
Yo, stupid, sir, you don't know.
You don't even know his damn name, and he agrees.
Pull it up on ChatGPT.
Crazy, bro.
That shit funny, yo. Don't listen to him, yo. He crazy,
don't even know his damn name.
Yo,
what's his name again?
I'm still waiting for the diabolical.
He's trying.
I'm still waiting for the diabolical moment. I'm still looking for the diabolical moment, but what is?
If you don't know the diabolical moment,
how do you harm black people? So
you ain't gonna know that. Nigga that inject like 500,000 niggas with AIDS. He's talking about, I'm waiting for the diabolical moment.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. Okay.
Nigga that inject like 1 million niggas with AIDS.
We got him.
Nigga that injected 1 million niggas with AIDS. He's talking about, I'm waiting for the diabolical moment. I'm still waiting for that.
Okay, yeah. So that's I know I get it out of you. So you're saying that Robert Gallo is the reason we had the AIDS outbreak because he went about injecting AIDS virus. You said to the half.
No. See, look what you do, man.
That's what you just said, bro.
Solo,
what you come on, man?
Now, what do you want to see, man? Who want to see what? What do you want?
Okay, so here we go.
I asked you what he did was by diabolical. He's like, man, if you don't see the diabolicalness of injecting AIDS into 500 million black people.
So what we'll do is because I think my PowerPoint is on my other computer. I think I can pull it up here though.
Then
watch out, be on the lookout for power.
I wouldn't call it power.
Let me read. Let
Not
me
a
read.
PowerPoint, just a
Early
point.
research
bro,
on
you're not gonna find it, bro. You're not gonna find it, bro.
retroviruses.
I
Be
got it
quiet.
right here on the
From
chat GPT.
1960 to 1970, Gallo early career focused on studying viruses and their role in cancer. He was particularly interested in retroviruses. What does that mean? Those are viruses that reverse transcribe their RNA into DNA
That's what I
within a
said.
host cell. So what it does, it puts in the RNA, it hijacks the transcription mechanism, which is the ribosome, and it produces the DNA, which is expressed in the cell. Right? So he uncovered that process, which was already taking place. That was a research in leukemia and how retroviruses played a role therein. Gallo and his colleagues identified reverse transcriptionase, an enzyme that retroviruses use to replicate. This discovery was crucial in understanding how retroviruses infected cells and integrated integrated into the host genome.
You tasting them words, ain't you?
So he understood the process of how this virus was taken up into the genome, which produced these cancer cells. Because what it does, it continues to replicate, and that is efficiently what a cancer cell is. Now it is taken up into the genome. This was groundbreaking. Nothing here so far
Amazing.
is talking about producing a virus. He's identifying how this process takes place.
So
Gallo
wait.
discovery
So
of the first human
what type
retrovirus.
of virus
Gallo
is
and his team discovered the first human retrovirus, HTLV-1, human T cell leukemia virus 1. HTLV-1 is associated with a type of leukemia and provided a new understanding of viral oncology, showing that viruses can cause cancer in humans. So this research was groundbreaking in discovering that virus played a role in causing cancer in humans. How? By actually getting integrated into the host genome. It goes all the way to the genome, which means that the body now has this as part of its DNA process and continuously produces this particular protein from out of the DNA, not in particular cells, but all the way into the DNA.
Are you up, Soul? What you got?
all right. So what he just said, right?
Yeah.
How did he find it? Is what I'm asking you.
Oh God.
That's what I asked you before. What did
You
he
want to know
do
how
to
he
find?
figured it out?
Yeah. What did he do to find the retrovirus?
You got to go to the journal. You want to bring up the scientific journal and look at the damn lab.
Yeah. Because I have his stuff right here. I just do like because
okay. So what does that got to? So
it has everything to do with it because once again, when you go back to why he was funded to create a retrovirus for biological warfare. That's what he was funded to do. So you're acting like he's just doing some independent research, like he just discovered it because he was into retroviruses. No, he had a specific thing that he was doing, and I can literally read the appropriations hearing in 1970 for immune system destroying agents for biological warfare. It specifically says there are two things about biological agent fields I would like to mention. One is the possibility of technological purposes. Molecular biology is a field that is advancing very rapidly, and eminent biologists believe that within a period of 5 to 10 years, it will be possible to produce a synthetic biological agent, an agent that does not naturally exist. I'm gonna repeat that. An agent that does not naturally exist, and for which no natural immunity have been acquired.
All right.
It goes on to say that within the next 5 to 10 years, it will it would probably be possible to make a new infective microorganism which could differ in certain important aspects from any known disease causing organisms. I'm gonna repeat that. Within the next 5 to 10 years, it would probably be possible to make a new infective microorganism which could differ in certain important aspects from any known disease-causing organism. Most important of these is that it might be refractory to the immunological and therapeutic process upon which we depend to maintain our relative freedom from infectious disease. What is that saying? That they're looking for an organism to specifically attack the immune system.
When was this? Screen,
so what they did was they funded.
Share my screen. It's Chat GPT time. It was just time for it's time to ask Chat GPT. That's what they came for, bro.
Yeah.
They came for the Chat GPT.
Share my screen, year was that, Soleiman?
This was in 1969.
Oh, okay. Well, how come we got a case in 1959?
You say you got a case of what?
Of the HIV virus in 1959. So that's 10 years before. What happened?
So the case.
But you're not here to share no screen, so I don't know who got control.
Oh, well, let me read it. Let me read it real quick.
Where did you go at?
I asked ChatGPT, did Robert Gallo get funded to find a virus for biological warfare? There is no credible evidence to support the claim that Robert Gallo was funded to find a virus for biological warfare.
Yeah, correct.
Dr. Robert Gallo is a prominent biomedical researcher known for his work in virology, particularly for his role in discovering the human immune deficiency virus HIV as a cause of AIDS. This is Gallo's research has been primarily focused on cancer virus and retrovirus. His significant contributions include co-discovering the first human retrovirus, the HTLV, and later his work on HIV. The funding for his research came from traditional sources, such as government health agencies and research institutions aimed at understanding and combating disease, not for developing the biological warfare. The rumors and conspiracy theories suggesting that HIV or other viruses were created or propagated as part of a biological warfare lack scientific basis and have been debunked by the scientific community. Such theories often arise from misunderstandings or misrepresentations of a scientific research and historical events. So we're gonna back that. We're gonna back that up with some other.
Wait. So the thing is, right?
That was God right there.
Wait a minute. Now we're gonna explain how we actually did it, because that was your question. Early research and foundations, interest in cancer and viruses. In the late 1960s and early 70s, Gallo was focused on understanding the relationship between viruses and cancer. He was particularly interested in retroviruses. We understand now what a retrovirus is. It's a virus that transcribes its RNA into DNA, which is then taken up into the genome of the particular host, whereby this host continuously produces this particular protein that this DNA codes for. We understand that now. So let's go. He particularly interested in retroviruses, which had already been implicated in causing cancer in animals. We knew this already, so he focused on how these were operating. He was studying them in animals. In 1917, Gallo and his colleagues discovered reverse transcriptase, an enzyme. You know what is great about the enzyme? It is used by the retrovirus to transcribe their RNA into DNA. So now we can identify that particular enzyme. And identifying this enzyme was crucial in the replication of retrovirus. It became the key marker. It's a marker, so we can attach a peroxide, we can stain it, we can identify it, we can know it's there in identifying these viruses. Pursuing human retroviruses, search for human retroviruses. Now, after understanding this particular enzyme, this transcriptase, we can go and look for it, right? We can pull it out and see if we can find it in humans. Building his work on these reverse transcriptase, Gallo and his team began research for retroviruses in human cells, particularly in patients with leukemia, because this was his hypothesis. given the known links between retroviruses and cancer in animals. All right, development of techniques. Gallows Lab developed sensitive techniques that detected reverse transcriptase activity in human cells, which would indicate the presence of the retrovirus. You know what? We couple based on how this particular enzyme is formed. We attach a marker which we can light up, right? We add a peroxide to it. It's boom, it lights up, and we know, bam, it's there. These are the type of research that I did myself. Discovery of HTLV-1, identification of HTLV-1. In 1980, Gallo and his team successfully isolated the first human retrovirus, which they named human T-cell leukemia virus type 1. They found this virus in patients with a rare form of leukemia known as adult T-cell leukemia lymphoma, ATLL. Characterization of ATL of
That's good said. That's good
ATLV1.
said. I think that's Solar. Come on.
You
Man.
want more?
We don't believe them black and white blurry documents you got. We don't believe.
I mean, like he's reading like that's what I'm saying. Like y'all just like he's reading somebody giving an overview of what he did. I'm reading his actual research. This is what he's saying he did.
Show that screen. You talking about them black and white underground undercover documents?
That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, you like just trying to punch up. You just punching up stuff without even knowledge of what's going on in an attempt to try to disprove something that you have not done research on.
We don't believe them secret documents, so
so I find that to be amazing from the quote unquote pseudo killers. Like you had absolutely no foundation to establish what he was doing. You just went and punched something up to try to disprove what I'm saying.
We can research, look at the same.
Amazing.
But the problem is your timeline is off because they already had cases. I mean, the first identified case in the Congo, 1959, 1962. You got Scandinavia. You said this is going on in 1969 and 1970s. So they already had HIV spreading around by that time. So I don't understand how he created it after it was already spreading. Can you help me understand that?
Well, you had an outbreak of AIDS going into the 1970s, 70s and the 80s. That's when the outbreak of AIDS occurred.
That's when it reached America.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they said it began in sub-Saharan Africa.
In the Congo. I think it's the Congo, I believe.
Yeah. So you're talking about that now?
It spreads, bro. It's like people move, people leave, and we got airplanes. People leave, travel, spread shit. That's what we do.
Right. You do know there's an incubation period for HIV, right? You are aware of that, right? You don't get it and then die the next day.
Yeah, but you're talking some 1959 bull crap, and just like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, so let me get this right. You did know about the 1959 case, right?
Yeah, I was on here a week ago, and they was talking about 1930s.
Yes,
right. So you are aware about the 1959 case, and you are aware of the Scandinavian man in 1962.
Yeah. I heard of those things.
And you are aware about it spreading through Europe from 1962 to 1969.
Yes, I heard about the.
Okay, and you are aware that those people from Europe came to America. And you are aware that during the 1960s and 1970s, there was a movement of love, peace, and joy.
Wait. Yeah. So you're saying that from 1962 to 1969, it was spreading in Europe?
Oh, I thought you said you researched the subject.
Oh, I'm asking you about what you just said.
I thought you researched the subject. I just told you where it was at. I said the man in Scandinavia. I said it started spreading through Europe. I said they came here. And
slow down, cowboy. Slow down, cowboy.
Hold on, I'm not done. Hold on, I wasn't finished.
You just said it. I just want to now ask you, where did you get that from?
There's a couple.
Where did you get that from 1962 to 1969? AIDS was spreading in Europe.
In Europe. So what we can do is we can go to a couple journal sites, and then there was a couple books that were written about it. I have no problem providing you with those sources. But let me finish where I was at.
No. Provide me with the sources.
Okay, so let's go from one. Let
So
me pull this
hold
up.
on. He's already aware of that though. Solo, you're aware of that, or are you saying that that's not true? Which one, bro? You can't be aware.
No. I'm aware of what
you
he's
did the
saying.
work, Tori.
I'm aware of what he's
You
saying, but I just
studied
want to
this
know where.
stuff.
Hold
I
on.
just want to know where did he get it from?
Yeah,
Where did
but
he get that from?
is it true or not?
Because it's a lot of things being said.
No, is it true?
One, we read from Wikipedia something that totally contradicts what he says, and you know
What was
we read
that?
that.
What was that?
You know that we read that last week.
What was that?
When Ump punched up on Wikipedia, the origins of AIDS, it totally contradicts what he just said.
No, the origins.
Yes, it
the
does.
origin
And you
is
know
the
that.
Congo. No, that's
Yeah,
not.
but the dates, as far as with the dates.
No.
It wasn't saying nothing about no 1962 to 1969.
No, the origin starts probably in the 1930s, some shit like that in the Congo. It's way
Right.
back.
So again, he didn't hear what I said.
Let's go ahead and punch it up.
I said confirmed cases. So the first one is the National Institution of Medicine, and that article is the River Journey Back to the Sources of HIV and AIDS, Department of Histopathology. Then you have, of course, the book that they came out after that. Let me get the other one up.
Yeah, Juju here, she can't share the screen, so we kind of asked that.
Okay, the other one is from JSTOR, the first human retroviruses, a history of retroviruses.
Was it HIV?
Yeah, because they break it into that. That's when they start talking about how it's spread. It's not just going to be just about solely about HIV. The other one is
okay. So wait.
The other one is
wait.
the
No. You're not just gonna
CDC.gov.
wait. You're not just gonna just just skim over certain stuff without me. Okay, so you saying that was it a retrovirus or was it AIDS and HIV?
HIV is a retrovirus, sir.
I know that.
Okay, so
but
it's a history of retro.
You have a lot of different types of retroviruses.
Right.
So I'm asking you, was that HIV?
The source goes through a lot of different retroviruses.
Okay, so show
HIV
me
being
in that article where it says that it was HIV.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I don't think we can share our screen, but we're trying to find somebody who can share the screen.
Come on, bro.
We need somebody to come share the screen.
So
Solar man, is he wrong or not? Like you're saying you know it, and then you're saying he's wrong. Like
no, I'm not. Wait. What I'm doing is I'm challenging his information.
No. Is he right?
No. Because he's saying retrovirus.
You being slippery right now. You being slippery.
I'm not being slippery at all.
That retrovirus.
When the brother was saying that he was doing experiments on retroviruses.
We don't even have to go through all that because he already said that HIV is a retrovirus. The history of retrovirus being multiplicities is not just one, and he talked about a lot of them, and deals with Gallup. So let me tell you where that is. That's the instant.
We're talking about HIV,
right? But I don't have to look at just HIV. No, I do not.
That's what we're talking about, though, bro.
Listen, you can't slick talk me, bro.
Ain't no slick talk. We talking about HIV, so how you just want to give a broad view and say retroviruses?
Let me finish.
Oh, that is retrovirus.
Over talking me doesn't prove a point. Over talking me doesn't prove anything.
Well, I'm asking you to prove it, and you're not doing it.
What do you want? I gave you the source. Would you like me to tag you in the source? What do you want? I gave it to you. So the Institution of Human Virology also has it, talks about it. So that's 3. I gave you the book source. That's 4.
Show me in the article where it's talking about HIV.
I'm gonna show it to you. We can't even share the sources. What are you saying? Like, are you focused? Are you listening?
You can just simply just read it. You can just simply read it.
Oh, okay. That's what you should have said then. So let me pull it back up. Let's see which one you want. Let me get this one first. Let's see. How did the virus transmit from monkeys to apes and apes to humans? The cause, the most important zoonosis yet known, and when? The earliest identified. Hold on, I'm not finished.
No, which one are you reading from?
I'm reading from PubMed first, and then I'll read the rest. I'll go in the same orders that I gave.
Now you said you read from where?
Yeah, so you stalling, man. Come on, bro.
No. I wanna see if I can find what he's reading.
I'm reading from PubMed Central, PMC,
Yeah, or you could drop the link in that private chat
The
over here and you
River,
get it.
A Journey Back to the Source of HIV and AIDS. Now, can I finish reading, please?
What?
Thank you. How did the virus transmit from monkeys and apes to humans to cause the most important zoonosis yet known? And when the earliest identified isolate of HIV-1 comes from an unknown male in Kinshasa, Congo in 1959. The first identified patient with HIV infection and AIDS was a Scandinavian man in the 1960s who had visited West Central Africa. Then came sporadic cases among gay men in the United States among Haitians in the 1970s, leading to a global explosion in the 1980s and 1990s. Literal disseminations of people, several tropical countries did the transmission of HIV across species, and there were two or more sometime earlier last century, which is what Wiki was talking about, come about through close contact between human hunters and primate prey, dissecting the eating, or might it be a pandemic that arisen from medical accidents? So that's one. Let me go to the next one. Now, which one did I say was the next one? I think I said it was. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull the other one up right quick. No, that's not it. Y'all can keep
So I
talking. I'll
think you're
pull it
dead
up
on
in a
this
hot
one, bro.
second.
Yeah, so you
Okay,
dead on
so
this one, bro. Come on.
no. I mean, like, bro, you just hear
You
him reading
dead, bro.
some shit. You just hear
You
him just
dead,
reading
bro.
some stuff. Like they tell
Yeah.
you that it's 1959, so you're gonna believe that it's in 1959.
Yeah. So what you got something
Like,
different
Okay,
to
so
say, bro?
listen,
and then he say,
that's enough.
and then
Read what
That's
you
it right there.
and then he
So
say, the same thing that was you read off of Wikipedia about the origins of AIDS, that it was some type of eating habits of Central Africans that
yeah.
come on, like, bruh.
We know that AIDS. We
so
know that AIDS come from Civ. Like we
so
understand that. That's not the
but
thing.
Okay, so
listen,
look, wait. Okay,
that's
I want you to
self-sufficient.
I want you to
That's self-sufficient right there. The fact that I have a source. I read the source, the same thing that he attempted to do with that blur ship last week, and he just doesn't accept it. So there's no need for me to continue if
no,
people just reject what the
okay,
source
yeah. I
says.
mean,
So if you just going to reject it, it's a waste of time. My energy is too important to deal with
okay, so
pseudoisms, people who just don't want to
you don't have
accept
to
it.
say nothing then.
I will post the sources for
You
those
don't have to say
who
nothing then if that's the case.
I'm not finished talking,
Nobody asking
sir.
you to say nothing.
Yeah, I will post the sources for those who want to know about the rest, but I will not engage in such shenanigans and foolishness. My time is too
Shabakari.
valuable. I
Shabakari, fellas.
Okay.
appreciate it.
Great. Post the links in the back chat, bro.
Yeah.
That wasn't for you.
Okay.
Read and learn. So
Okay, no. But this is the thing, though, right?
So
I'm gonna read.
so we
I'm gonna
explain.
read.
You
I'm
asked
gonna
how the
read
hold
Robert.
on.
process
I'm
Let me
gonna
was
read.
done.
hold on. Wait.
We,
I'm gonna
Hold
read
on.
Robert
I
Gallo's research.
explained
Wait.
it very clearly.
Hold on.
So
No,
when
wait,
you
wait,
are
wait.
isolating these cells and
Bro. We
you're
heard you.
Hold on,
looking
Philip.
in
Hold on,
animal
Philip.
cells that of animals that are identified with cancer. These animals are identified with cancer. You discover by means of experimentation. You know that was done. They isolate the proteins and they put them through gel electrophoresis. In those days was mostly Western blotting. At a certain point, they find an enzyme. This enzyme, they attached a marker to it, and this enzyme is a precursor to this retrovirus, two retroviruses, and the same technique is applied to identify something that is already there. So at no point in time do you see that he is creating viruses or whatever it is you're proposing, because it's just preposterous, especially when you understand how
Get
this
out of here.
process works, bro. And just to add, since we got radio silence, let me just add, and your timeline is off. The first signs of the virus in humans was discovered way back in 1959. His
Yeah,
work
wait. Yeah, I
on
was talking, but I was talking, but I was muted out. So what I'm gonna
between
do?
1960
Hold on a second. Like what I'm gonna do is I'm going to read his actual research and show how he was looking for a retrovirus that attacks the immune system. In 1968, he did research on the enzymatic abnormality in human leukemia. This is posted. This is posted in Nature. 1968.
So he's what? He's looking for the mechanism in human leukemia, right?
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
He says special enzymes are altered in white blood cells and leukemia patients. Study shows which enzymes is associated with chronic leukemia and what will likely cause a reduction of this enzyme to prompt leukemia. Now,
and what's that enzyme called? What's that enzyme called? That's the transcriptase?
Primidine,
or not?
primidine, no, primidine nucleoside.
Okay.
Now he said in HIV, specific enzymes associated with leukemia found an apparent requirement to create a base pair switch mutation in the protein genes of white blood cells to create immune system dysfunction. This is his research.
So stop. So what does that say to you? Because I understand what's being said there. Let's see what you understand. What's being said there? What is he doing? What is he describing?
Well, he's describing leukemias that attack the immune system.
Continue.
Okay, so how did he find these? How did he get these leukemias? He got it through molecular biology by taking.
Stop. This is a study. Molecular biology.
Well, do you want me to
the
wait?
Enzymes.
Bro.
The enzyme. No. I'm
Bro,
gonna walk you through this. I'm gonna walk you through
you
this.
keep on cutting me off.
Stop.
You keep on cutting me off.
Walk you through this because you don't understand it.
Why are you cutting me off though?
If you understood what you read,
why are you cutting me off?
You wouldn't have started talking.
When I explained to you, you didn't say nothing. It was when I started talking that you start cutting me off.
No. As soon as you start with the flam, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off.
Bro, say what you got to say. I'm going to say what I got to say. Well, I'm gonna read his research, bro.
No, stop. No. You
I'm going to read his research. You're not going to sit up here and try to pretend as if you know more than the person that's actually doing the research.
I know more than you. I know more than you.
I'm reading what he. I'm reading what he's saying.
Yes, and what does that mean?
I just told you what it meant.
No, you didn't.
Yes, because he's breaking down what the research was and what he was trying to do.
Yes, we understand that.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
When you read it, what does that mean?
Okay, so a person is doing research and saying that he's trying to find leukemia that attacks the immune system. And you asking me what does that mean?
No, he knows it's leukemia. Not what is he trying to actually find?
Bro, you're missing the most important part.
He already knows it's
he's
leukemia.
He's looking for leukemia to specifically attack the immune system. That's what he's doing.
He already knows it's leukemia. What is he looking for?
Bruh, I read it
to you.
Sosa,
so he can explain it to you, bro.
Bruh, Sosa, do not do that, bro. I just read what he was trying to do. And then he turns around and asks the question.
You don't understand.
What the hell are you talking about?
What he's reading.
Let me explain it to you, bro.
Understand what he's reading.
Explain it to you, bro.
I'm gonna read it again. Human white human white cell reproduction is largely regulated by independent enzyme link mechanisms. Both activities are the function of one protein. The production of one or four major building blocks of DNA in the human white blood cells can be stimulated or inhibited by manipulating the function of one protein within the cell.
What
Amazing.
does that? What does that?
Yeah,
What does that?
you don't know.
He's literally telling you. He's literally telling you what HIV does to the body, bro. He's literally telling you what HIV is doing to the body, bro.
What does that? What does that? There's a particular thing that does that to a cell.
Bro. Stop trying to act like you're smart, bro. Stop trying to act like you're smart, bro.
Yeah.
Just say you don't.
Stop trying to act like you're smart, bro.
Just say you don't know, bro. Let him explain it to
No.
you.
He literally is telling you the functions. Like, wait. Like, this is the thing, right?
Say you don't know.
Wait.
You don't know.
Bro, what we're gonna do is rewind.
Say you don't know.
What we're gonna do is rewind. Let's read. Let's first read. Let's read first what HIV does to the body, because obviously you don't know that. Obviously you don't know that. For you to be saying what you're saying after I read what I just read. Read what HIV does to the body and how it breaks down the immune system.
If you understood what you just read, you would simply say a retrovirus.
So what
you would
did I
have
just
simply
read?
said that is how a retrovirus operates. You would have simply said that's how a retrovirus operates.
Cedric, what did I just read, Cedric?
What was how a retrovirus operates.
Amazing.
This nigga slow as hell.
So wait. So how did he? Once again, he got these different. These leukemias are not natural. You know that, right? You know he had to make these. You know he had to make these cancers. You know he had to make these cancers, right? You know that these are not natural leukemias that affects humans. You know that, right?
Where did he
once again? When you read his research,
he created leukemia.
Show me what you just read where he made them.
He created leukemia.
Show me. Read where he created them.
Robert Gallo created leukemia.
These niggas is over the top goofy.
Oh, so you say Robert Gallo created leukemia?
You said
I'm gonna show you what he was doing. I'm gonna show you what he was doing.
Yeah, show it, nigga.
This is crazy.
He was creating leukemia. You already said it, bro. He created leukemia.
No, he was. No, that specific type of leukemia is really from felines. Those are the symptoms of a feline form of leukemia. The way he actually got it into humans is because he was doing genetic splicing. They were splicing it into different animals. They first used the mouse leukemia, and then they cultured it into cat leukemia, and then they was able to culture that into human feces to make it attachable to hepatitis B. So he's talking about after he did all that. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You acting like he's studying leukemia in humans. No, idiot. He did genetic splicing of different leukemias in different animals, and he was able to create
this dumb fuck just come here, idiot.
Don't call her. Don't curse. That's what he want.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah, hostile escape. You got it.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, so you lost that one, bro. You lost again.
Try go ahead. Say your final words, and that's it. Because maybe y'all sleep or need a snack.
I know. I see you done dipped out, left, came back. We could have shared screen nothing. I'm tired of that too.
What'd you say?
So you done left. We could have shared screen or nothing, Juju. You dead wrong.
I didn't leave. I all you had to do was say, Juju, we need to share screen.
Man,
I heard y'all the whole time.
30 minutes ago, Judy, when Mark was trying to share. She tripped. Go ahead.
Go ahead and read in the private chat.
I'm out.
Can you read hitting in the private chat? Oh no, I put in the general chat. I said go ahead and share your screen, Marcus. I've been here the whole time.
Oh, I ain't seen none of that.
Yeah.
All right,
it was in the general chat. That's what I
All right,
said.
all right.
I
So
know,
if I'm talking about getting beat up, bro, you know
I
we
know, but
appreciate.
you could tell me this later. But I know I was the only one to have controls, but I was still available for anything you needed.
It's all good. Solo, we appreciate a good pinata. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
through, brother.
you know, man, it's fun to
Hey,
Yeah,
celebrate.
peace, y'all. Peace,
tell
y'all,
your
man.
boy to study
Yeah,
A's, man. Tell your boy to study A's,
have you
man.
looking all goofy and shit because you don't even know what
Can you
you're
watch the
talking about.
language, Cedric,
And as
please?
part of the Pseudo Killas,
Here
we
we
are
go.
always well versed and ready to deal with the pseudos. Can't get around it.
Well,
All right, folks. Thank y'all.
You need to get around studying A's. That's what you need to get around.
Mm.
You don't know what the hell you talking about, bro.
Yeah. Right. Good night. So,
Thanks for coming.
All right, peace, everybody.
See you again. Hear from you again. And yeah, don't forget tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having Dr. Duncan Farah on Our Galaxy and Beyond. But thank y'all for joining us. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out if you didn't do it coming in. Thank you for all the pseudo officials that joined this discussion tonight. I think for the most part, it was pretty productive and really good. And we got to delve into quite a few topics. Sorry for the background noise, but watching some sports right now. But until next time, we out of here.
Peace.
Bye,
Bye.
Cedric.
Good night. Bye, Juju.
Bye. 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 Tripping.